Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Tales of Vardin on 2B Dice Adventures. We're excited to present yet another one-shot to you this evening. So let's take a look at what we have tonight, because it's not our usual crew once again, which I am very excited about. Fresh blood. Let's start right here. Right at the top with the best of us.
Hello, everyone. I'm KJ. You can find me on most medias at kj.cosplay, and I will be playing a TikTok OC of mine known as Rogue, who is a swashbuckler bard.
And I am Kieran Workslayer on all platforms. I will be playing Vale, a Water Genasi druid this evening. Can't wait to play for y'all.
Exciting.
Hello, my name is Taylor, also known as Nerdy Pinup Girl on all social media platforms, mainly active on TikTok and Instagram. Today I am playing a sea elf warlock. Her name is Indra.
Greetings and hang on. That's
Giving away
embarrassing.
some of the secrets before it even starts. Shh.
Greetings and salutations. I'm Oz, also known as Son of a Ghost on TikTok. Tonight I'll be playing a Minotaur, Barbarian, Path of the Wild Magic. His name is Moramir Obelisk, and yeah, I'm excited to play for y'all.
Well, howdy do, duty how. My name is Daddy Tarzan 82855, the daddy variety of Tarzan. Social medias, that stuff, yeah, all applies. Currently playing Thaddeus Casey Reginald Ironbrow III, a swashbuckler rogue who got into the life of piracy out of desire to meet and sleep with various forms of life throughout the world of Vardin.
Various forms of
Proceed with the chlorophyll, shall we?
Yes, the fear dream shall now begin.
Well, I'm excited. All those characters sound amazing, and I can't wait to get to know them more here on To Be Diced. I don't have a little intro for our one-shots. It might be something I might work on here after a little while if we tend to do more of them in the future. But without further ado, we do have one more person coming in. So hopefully we'll get to meet them very, very soon. In the meantime, the Iron Maiden, a Leviathan hunter-class galleon, has made its voyage down the southern coast of Gransis, where it picked up a hardy crew at a port of call known as Rocknear. The captain of the Iron Maiden, Ezra Hamilton, a Blue Dragon-born privateer, has been tasked by the Enoch Trading Company with finding a dangerous creature that has been destroying cargo ships. The crew have been sailing for about 3 days, along the way spotting a few smaller, more docile sea creatures, but not their ferocious quarry. They have just come out of a squall. Just a small storm, routine. And as the crew begins to go about their day and switch up, the captain lets loose and calls, "Let loose the topsails and royals, catch the wind. Let's make up some knots. We're running behind. I want to make bitter black by nightfall." What are you all doing?
Well, to start, Thaddeus would be, adorned in this all black attire, leather cuirass, with a pauldron with a large silver skull adorned on it. Teeth clamped down on a rose, and underneath that pauldron is a shoulder cape, and his long blonde hair draped over. He's lounged out on the netting over the edge of the over the edge of ship, just getting a little sun while on the journey. Just being leisurely and carefree.
I would say, Indra. First, to give it a bit of an introduction, she stands about 5'8", well toned despite her size, and she kind of wears almost like a very kind of rugged orange kind of tank top. Underneath, you can see a slight shimmer of armor underneath it. And she carries in one hand she has this large staff with 2 large pieces of stone on the end, and she has a crossbow at her hip. And you also see she has long white hair that reaches down her back, and at the end it kind of turns into an aqua sort of color. Elf-like ears. Her skin is a bit of a grayish seafoam green color, and she has tattoos of tentacles all down her arms. She'd probably be making her rounds just as soon as hearing the captain's orders, making sure everybody is following through with what they're supposed to do. If anyone is just being a lazy bum, she's going to kick their ass into gear. Probably walking up to Thad and literally taking the end of her staff and just like tapping the back of his legs if he's standing up, to kind of like make him buckle if she's able to do so, and just go, "Get to work, pretty boy," and just continue on her rounds.
If I must.
Well, it's either you do it or I throw you overboard.
Am I the last one left?
Well, we already did introductions, and now we kind of did like a cursory introduction.
We're doing a situational scene where what everybody's currently doing.
Yeah. So the ship right now has come out of a small like ocean storm. Nothing like crucial or terrifying or threatening, and they are letting loose the sails and trying to make up some ground that they had lost because of contrary winds. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Captain has barked orders. The quartermaster is making sure that they are being put into place, as well as the bosun, I'm assuming, as they are also in the chain of command. So yeah, we're just seeing what everybody's kind of up to and doing in this situation.
Okay. I will not lie. I still feel a little lost, but I'll catch up.
You're fine.
We just started, so you're good.
Buff.
There's nothing to catch up on.
I would say after being checked by Indra, Thad would make his way over to the gun crew and start making sure that everybody's checking the fuel, making the black powder, making sure it's dry, clean, serviceable. Maybe sneak off to leave little love notes on each cannonball that he likes to fire at people.
Smash. Literally smash. Hard. It goes to
So it is canonical for Thaddeus to undershot a cannon to lob into the deck and land at the feet by the captain. Usually we'll say, "Come see me, big boy," or something along those lines with the lipstick stain on it. You know, he likes to leave love notes on his shots. So he'll
He's
love
that
your
kind of
shoot.
bard.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's not a bard. He's a fucking flirt.
Where
He's that kind of bard.
where are these notes at?
He typically will try and keep these secluded so as to not piss off the captain. He'll put it like he'll do the cannonballs like at the very bottom of the stack, so that way it's less likely to be discovered.
In the middle of fucking battle, Ender just picks one up. Are you fucking kidding me?
He's very very flirtatious.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a shot.
You got this.
So Adelaide Wendy is a mercenary who got hired onto this boat, right? So I just kind of weapons and fighting. That's my purview. That's all I know how to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I made her very kind of like sweet and like lovely and bubbly.
I love it.
So every time,
and Adelaide would be besties.
So going off of what you're saying, if I saw the notes, I would just spell check them.
Yeah.
Listen.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Thaddeus is well educated.
Not love, not love. It's love.
Takes her own lipstick out, makes an X.
But I'd most likely be checking like to make sure that all like the weapon stuff is set and whatnot.
Okay. So you and Thaddeus are making sure one on the top deck and one below, just making sure that everything is shipshape and ready to go. Perfect.
Aye.
What is our bosun doing?
Since this came out of a storm, Rogue is helping with any repairs that are needed, making sure that all of our supplies are okay, just making sure that the ship, if it took any damage, is in the process of getting fixed. And if she's not needed outside of that, she's just making sure, like, ropes are all stocked, that everything is where it needs to be, and just helping out around the boat.
Yeah, very good. Ezra likes to run a tighter ship than most, more in the militaristic manner than more freestyle, as maybe some of you have been on before. He conducts himself in that manner, walks very tucked back, straightforward in that way, keeps himself clean and regimented in that way. And likes the boat to be that way as much as possible as well. So you are going around making sure that repairs are being made. Perfect. What is our cook up to at this point in time?
So Vale is down in the kitchen, and she is pacing around and just looking around and kind of shouts out, "Well, this ain't gonna work," and stomps up the stairs, opens the door, and starts walking the deck and goes, "Has anybody seen all the peppers? They're gone. I need them for the bread. How else are we going to make any of these potions, any of this food? We need to put some hair on our chest."
I would say Indra would probably turn to Rogue and just go, "Rogue, did we get any shipment of peppers in?"
Nope. No, we didn't.
No peppers?
Doesn't appear to be.
KJ
Smell them anywhere.
Indra just called out to ask if Rogue had gotten, like, due to the fact that they're checking supplies and shit, if they had gotten in, like, a import of peppers.
I mean, Rogue would check, but, like, the very first thing out of Rogue's mouth is like, "That's not my job. That's not my job." As she goes,
I'll do it. I'll do it. I just can't touch them. I just can't touch them. But I will look for them. I'm already done here.
Wait a minute. Are you allergic then?
Yes, but as long as I don't touch them, imbibe them, or have them anywhere near my skin, I'm perfect.
I've got real bad news for you then. Everything needs peppers.
Sounds like you'll be developing an immunity here shortly, sweetie.
Indra, at this point, she's just gonna sigh and go looking for a shipment of peppers.
As I run after, we're like, wait, no, I said I'd do it.
Come with me. I could always use an extra set of eyes, especially with how chaotic it is trying to get fucking where we need to go.
I got my sword. Let's go.
Hopefully we won't need the sword to find peppers, but better be safe than sorry.
So
You never know. Mimics come in all forms.
Oh, those would be some
pepper
spicy
form.
mimics to tell me.
Mimic?
You all go off to look for these missing peppers. In the meantime, the captain is going to ask Mormir, how far off our course are we?
Damn, this kind of ruins my introduction. All right.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go for it.
I had a whole thing planned out.
Do it.
What is Mormir doing at this moment in time? I can ask that later.
Mormir is in the crow's nest. And he's got a spyglass out. He's making sure that everything's, copacetic. No one's following him. No sea monsters off the port bow or anything. For a description, Mormir is a minotaur. He stands at about 6'5". He's got gray fur all over his body, white horns, and no shirt, black coat, and a mysterious, softly shimmery red medallion thing. While he's observing, he is just chain smoking this pipe. So, if you look up at the crow's nest, it's just a column of smoke up there.
Thaddeus has made multiple attempts to try and sleep with him.
You know what? Valid. He got a swift kick the nuts every single time.
You gotta catch it
Fail
first.
is the entertainment for the ship.
Upon seeing the captain come on to the top deck, he grabs the rope and freaking what's his name? Jack from Treasure Planet just swings down and lands 10 feet away from the captain.
Ah, Mormir. Always on time. I like that about you. You see anything up there?
Everything seems pretty clear.
Very well.
Disruptions for our voyage.
Good. So clear sailing for a little while then. How far off a course are we?
I checked this morning. We're pretty close to being on course.
Very well. We have our heading then.
Do we have our heading? Do we know where we're going?
Heading? Yes. Yeah. So you give the captain the coordinates and to what degree he needs to turn the ship towards. Look alive, everyone! Bit of black by nightfall, remember. And he goes and puts his hand on the wheel, and the ship is off once again as the sails come down and the ship lurches forward. Indra and Adelaide were looking for the peppers, correct?
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check. One of you can do that with advantage, or both of you can just roll one for each of you.
What's your investigation, Adeline? Or Adelaide, sorry.
It is
'Cause I have a +5 in investigation.
+4.
All right. So, do you want to give me the help action, or would you like for me to give you the help action if you want to make the roll?
I'll give you the help action because I don't know what it is, and if I give it to you, I'll find out.
Help action
Okay.
means the person that you're helping gets advantage, so they get to roll twice and pick the higher number.
Okay.
That is a 14 and a natural 20.
Oh,
Beautiful.
hell yeah. Starting
Why
off
is this
right.
looking for peppers?
Because I have an excellent nose for peppers. Because I'm allergic, I can smell them everywhere. Because I'm allergic.
Excellent.
Sneezing
Science.
just intensifies, and I just start like radaring. Left.
Absolutely. With the help action from Adelaide being allergic to peppers, you find them. Unfortunately, you also find something else.
Oh, dear
What's
God.
that?
Over
What
the
is that?
past 3 days, honestly, just the past 2, there's been something else missing. Not just peppers, but one of the crew. And you have found them. Behind one of the crates, tucked far, far back. If you weren't delving through the bottom deck of this ship to find peppers, you would not have found them. Snibs. Small
I
that you can around the nettings. Easy to miss. Lies there pretty much most of us.
Fuck.
That's not good. That's bad. That is high level bad.
Darling, there's a dead body next to the peppers. I can definitely agree with you. Fuck. I ain't good when it comes to any sort of medicine. Are you any good at...
I can check his pulse. My mother used to be a healer.
Also, Vale, because these are her peppers too, she's gonna she has grabbed like anybody else on the deck, like asking about it. And then, nobody really was interested in helping her. So after a few minutes, she has followed behind Indra and Adelaide and then kind of comes up behind them on the scene. Well, did you guys end up finding what we were looking for?
Indra raises a hand. She goes, we found the peppers, but fuck, we found something much worse. And she's
Something
gonna
that has to get their pulse checked.
I don't know if there's a pulse much left there, darling, but...
It's a mimic, isn't it? I told you they were in here.
Darling, it ain't no mimic. It's a fucking dead body. It's... What's his name again?
Snibs.
It's Snibs, or at least what's...
Snibs was
left
one of
him.
your helpers in the kitchen. Very good with a knife. Quick. And did it
Apparently not good
pretty
enough.
much exactly how you needed it to.
She's going to come up between Indra and Adelaide at the explanation of what, and she kind of looks over and she goes, "Oh, he was my best man too. Deadly with a knife, just so you know. Clearly also dead. So that can't be good in a ship of mercenaries." And looks around, kind of looks at Adelaide a little up and down when she says the mercenary bit.
Why are you looking at me? I'm checking his pulse.
Yeah,
Adelaide,
wait.
go ahead and roll me a medicine check for me. Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt there.
I have +2 on medicine, and then do I roll a d20?
Yep.
Mhm.
We gotta get you a dice tray.
We gotta get you a dice tray, sweetie.
10 total?
10 + 2, 12.
10 + 2.
10 + 2, 12. It's fairly simple. With checking his pulse, there doesn't seem to come anything up from that. So this poor little kobold does seem to be effectively dead at this time.
Yeah, he's gone. There's nothing. No echo. Nothing. He's been dead for a minute. Uh-oh.
Well, he has been gone for a minute, so it'd make sense where he's been. You think you would have smelled him?
All I could smell were the peppers. Okay, just okay. I need to get away.
Indra takes a handkerchief out of her breastplate and out of a little breast pocket and just hands it to Adelaide.
You can call me Addie if you want, and I'm good, thank you.
Well, Miss Addie, please try not to sneeze all over the peppers, and let the captain know what's going on.
She gets up and runs to go inform the captain.
Shit.
Vale is going to grab his body and she's going to do a perception check pockets, stuff like that. If you don't mind, if I can roll for something, just look him over real good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or investigation, I guess.
Yeah, run an investigation on him.
I
just to
will
see.
give her the help action.
I got a 17.
Roll again and see if you get higher.
With advantage?
And then I got 15, so 17 highest.
17's the highest. No problem. You got plenty of time. As you kind of rifle through, you find a couple coppers, a really cool rock that he found before you guys left Rockmere, and a few other little bits and baubles. One of them being a picture of another kobold, and someone he's told you quite a bit about. And after this job, he was going to stop traveling and settle down, probably in Rockmere. Cool rocks, and build a home and do all this stuff. So this job was going to afford him the last little bit of coin to be able to do some of those things, those high aspirations that he had kind of mentioned to you in the galley.
She's going to collect those items, and she's just going to put it in a pouch on her side and kind of look at Indra and go, it was meant to be for his wife, all this. He's talked about it a couple times. Just going to pouch it, make sure it gets to the right place.
Oh, it's a damn shame. Oh, fuck. Indra, I will say, is going to take the time while she was rifling through the pockets. Are there any signs of injuries? Or also, I would like to cast Detect Magic. I can do that at will without wasting any spell slots. So I'd like to go ahead and cast Detect Magic to see if there's any residuals of magic.
Okay.
If I can't see any injuries.
No problem whatsoever. Between the investigation and the time that you spent with them, there does seem to be at the nape of the neck a blunt force trauma.
All right.
Broke his neck from behind. Damn.
Indra, upon seeing that, she's going to take a look around to see if there's anything that could possibly be like the murder weapon if it was left behind at all.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an investigation.
That is a 15 plus 5 for a dirty girl 20.
Mm-hmm. As you look around, there doesn't seem to be a weapon that would actually no. With a dirty 20, you would go through and open a few things. And as you open one of them, at the bottom of this chest is a club-like implement that would fit the description of something that would have made that blunt force trauma.
the container that it was in, did it look like it was like rushed to put the lid back on?
No. It seemed all in alignment.
All right, Indra is going to cast Mage Hand and pick up the club, and she's going to turn to Val. This could possibly be the murder weapon. I'm going to take it up to the captain and see what he wants to do with this situation. I'd say leave the body where it is right now. We'll figure out what to do with it once, and we can proceed from there.
Well, not much to cook in here, so I think I'll just follow you up then. And so she's just going to follow behind Indra up to the captain, kind of hear what also they're planning on doing with her friend.
And
Okay.
Indra will take the time, turn to Val and just go, or Vale, and go, sorry for your loss. Make sure to extend my condolences to his family.
I'll be sure to. She'll appreciate it.
Up we
So,
go.
as you cast Mage Hand and pull this blunt force implement out and turn to go, you feel on your heels something sticky that pulls back, but a little too quickly. I'm assuming a 12 does not hit.
No, a 12 does not hit.
Okay.
Ooh.
A large pseudopod-like tongue emits
Oh.
from the chest that you have pulled
Yay!
it out of as eyes begin to appear all over.
Mimic!
Teeth.
Eldritch Blast.
Let's roll some initiative.
Oh, god damn it.
I love
Oh, that's
I love so much that Kieran called it.
Fucking roll a nat 1 on finding peppers and roll a nat 1 on initiative. So let's go!
I told you a sword would have been necessary.
Okay, just put those initiatives in the chat for me, if you would be so kind. There we go. All right. So at this point, Adelaide has made it to the captain and informed him of that. He would have gone to the closest person next in command, which would have been Rogue, to get all of the men on deck for a routine roll call. So that's where we'll kind of pick up, since Rogue is at the top of initiative there.
I'm telling Rogue or Captain's telling Rogue? I'm telling Rogue.
Either one is fine. Yeah,
Okay,
either
okay.
one is fine.
I
By
can
this
do it.
point, you've been up there and have spread the word around. So
So the captain.
what's that?
So I think the captain should would make more sense if I already informed the captain and the captain, or if I already informed everybody, then the captain would inform the next
Yeah.
person.
So the captain would have gone to
I
Rogue
imagine
and
it just gets yelled out onto deck.
told him. Yeah. Yep. For sure.
It's like, in over
So
there,
I
where
think-
Peppers dead people by Peppers. One dead person by Peppers. Help! I checked the pulse, but there's nothing. Dead person. I know dead people. It's kind of my job. So dead people.
Very well. Maybe keep your voice down a little bit about the whole dead. We're all on the ship together. If there's one of us that's going around slitting throats, they'd be warned.
Somebody say slitting throats.
Was it you? Was it you? I'm serious.
Oh.
I'm asking. We have to ask everybody. We have to find out.
Addie, love, if it was me slitting throats, you'd never find out.
Ooh.
Sure. Keep telling yourself that.
Smash.
But
In all
Okay.
seriousness.
So Rogue, you are up first.
Okay. I'm praying to the D&D gods that my internet connection will hold long enough for me to get through at least my turn. Not knowing that anybody's getting attacked, but knowing there's a dead body and being told to do a roll call, Rogue will just start hollering across the ship. Hollering. I can speak English. To get everyone lined up in position, and will start making her way below deck to any of the cabins or hammocks that are hanging up to get anyone who might be sleeping.
Okay. Anything else?
That's all I got. We're heading
Okay.
downstairs for this point in time.
We'll put you downstairs then. Perfect. Thad, you're up.
And as of yet, there has been no warning of a attack from a mimic, correct?
Mhm. Correct.
Okay. I think, yeah, that's just going to be posted up on the railing on the deck. Just to be out in the open and seen. You know, just flirting with some of the crewmates.
Gotcha. As they all
Honest
kind of
thing.
convene and for roll call and see who's there and missing.
Oh, you've been working out, lad. It really shows. You
Yeah,
need a
25
massage?
reps, every 2 hours. You just get used to it.
Quite impressive. If you need a hand relaxing, just come seek me out later.
I'd say
Do you do
shameless, but I don't
massages?
think you feel shame.
Of sorts, yes, actually.
Oh, I need one. I hurt my back the other day.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah. Adelaide, what's your initiative? I don't have that in here for you.
Initiative?
Yeah,
Okay.
roll your d20 plus your initiative should be at the top of your.
Your dexterity modifier.
Mm-hmm.
I can see the heavens gates closing with this
Oh,
campaign.
+2. Initiative is +2.
Mm-hmm. So d20 plus 2. There you go.
I tried. Where are you?
Oh no!
I need light.
Get you
I
a
need
dice tray, sweetie.
light. I just need light. You're just like.
boo.
So what? It's a 1.
So
One
1 plus
so
your
d3.
dexterity.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're before Indra.
Es un 1.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So next in initiative is Mormir. What you got?
More the captain and Mormir were by the ship's wheel, correct?
I would assume so. Yeah.
Okay. How far is that to the nearest hatch below deck? Is there one behind the ship's wheel?
Yeah. We'll say for ease. Yeah.
Okay. And no danger was said, just that
If
people
you
are
were
missing.
Yeah, if you were up when Adelaide came and informed you all that there is a dead body downstairs, then you would be privy to that information.
Oh, yeah, okay. Then yeah, he would have gone to check it out in place of the captain.
Okay.
Yeah,
As you go downstairs, you see Vale and Indra. Indra quickly has turned around to see this thing coming out of the corner, and it's a mimic. So I don't know if Moromir would know what a mimic is or not, but it is
he
a
sees teeth
monster
and
with
must
teeth.
kill.
Yes, teeth and eyes with a big shiny tongue.
Smash.
On seeing this, he was going to. Are you counting drawing weapon as an action?
No.
Bet.
No, that's your
Alright.
free action.
He's going to draw the 2 Kopesh that are sheathed at his waist. Last question, because this will determine the rest of the campaign. Kopesh disarm feature, is that a thing?
Go for it.
Okay. Well, it doesn't apply here, but yeah. Okay. I have so many things, and I've never played a barbarian. Give me a hot second.
I mean, barbarians are.
Roll and hit. Ha!
I'm
Barbarians are
Evil.
easy.
I'm not just.
Oh
that,
wait, you're the
though.
wild. Yeah, you're the wild magic barbarian.
Yeah.
Those
Plus, I
are
have
different.
magical items do things. So no, give me a second.
Hit
Wild
things
magic
too.
barbarians are very interesting.
Bonus action. He's going to empower the gauntlets that are around his wrist. Obviously, you see flames arcing down the blades as he brandishes these at the mimic and goes for an attack. The 13 hit.
Yes, it does.
Phantasmagorical. 3 plus 4. 1d, yeah, 1d6. You can do that twice because he has 2. I'm assuming that a 5 does not hit.
It does not.
Okay. Just takes 6 points of damage.
Okay.
That's it. Yep.
Okay.
Extra attack, action, bonus action. Yep.
Perfect.
Was
Vale,
there an
you're
alert
up.
sounded or no?
No.
Oh. Got this, Vale.
Oh, me. So sorry.
You're good.
Okay. So Vale is going to sit there and go, told you all to be medics. And she is going to pull her hand out, and it's watery and shimmery, but right at the tips of her fingers start to gently freeze up, and little snowflakes start to crawl up her skin, and she casts his frostbite at the
Ooh. How delightful.
for 7.
7. All right. Is that a dex save or a roll to hit?
It is.
Frostbite.
Okay. That was. Where does it say? Hold on. Give me a second to read. The target makes a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. Okay, that is a 19 plus 2, 21. To take half. Correct?
Yeah, it would be okay. On a failed save, the target takes 1d6 cold damage, and it has disadvantage. Next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn. Yeah, something like that. Only if it succeeded. No, do I not understand? I don't. I can tell. Yeah.
See, I don't know. I don't understand. That's
Hold
the
on.
problem. is me big dumb?
Now, hold on. I'm putting it in chat right now. What it says in the boom. Those are the rules. That's what it's got on there.
Awesome.
I think I'm interpreting it weird.
Let's see. Come on. Constitution saving throw. It has disadvantage on the next weapon type makes before the end of the next turn. The spell's damage increases by. That's interesting. So what happens if it succeeds on it?
No,
Nothing happens.
just damage. Just the damage.
Just damage.
It's not a.
Okay.
It's a cantrip, right?
Yes.
Oh, if it's a cantrip,
Okay.
then no damage.
No damage. Okay. Very well. Okay. Anything else? Bonus action? Any sort of movement?
What kind of bonus action do I get? Hold on.
I tried finding a ship battle map, could not find one. Sorry.
It'll buff out.
Oh, good.
Totally fair. Yeah, I was gonna. I think my bonus action is only healing word. I can do Misty Step, and I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna Misty Step,
Okay.
not necessarily out of the situation, but out of the door
But-
frame.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just away from the mimic.
But I'm also if you allow me to shout out and go, we've got mimics down here. We need your help.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect.
There it is.
Okay, so it is Mimic's turn, then Adelaide, then Indra. So, let's see. Melee attack. Pseudopod. Decent rate. Huge or smaller is grapple. Okay. That is a 15 plus. That's a dirty 20. To hit with that pseudopod for Moromir, actually, since he's the one that
Right there.
has really just screwed him up with their Kopesh. So it's 1d8 plus 3. That will be 7 bludgeoning damage. Let's see. And you are effectively grappled, DC 13, to escape on your turn.
I'm so sorry. My auditory processing went out. Who is this at?
This was at Moromir. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So 7 points of bludgeoning, and that is going to be it because I don't see like multi-attack on this thing. So yeah, Adelaide, you're up.
Okay, did I follow also into the...
We can say that yes. At this point, you kind of like went up, told the right people, and then came back down to assist with
Okay.
body cleanup or whatever, and found this situation.
So she draws her short sword. It says a hit of 6 points.
So you roll your d20 and add that little plus. I think it's a +5 or a +6.
Plus 6.
Then you roll your d20 and add 6 and see if you hit.
15 plus 6, so 21.
Yep, definitely hits. So now you would roll your damage just to the right of that. +5 or sorry, +6 would be how much damage you roll. So it'd
Okay.
be 1d6 plus.
2 and plus 6, so 8.
Okay. There you go. So 8 points. Very good. Anything else?
I have a bonus action.
Yeah,
I have
absolutely.
one. I draw 2 weapons. I can draw a second weapon.
Mhm.
I draw my dagger.
Perfect. So go ahead and attack with your dagger as a
Also-
offhand.
So I roll it, and it's the same thing because it also says plus 6.
Do you have 2-weapon fighting as a feature?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you.
The only difference would be you're just not going to be able to add your bonus damage modifier to the damage. It's just a flat
Yeah.
damage roll.
Got it.
So go ahead and roll your d20. Add that modifier. See if you hit.
That is a 6.
6 plus.
6.
Yeah.
That
6 plus
is
6, 12
the
to hit.
armor class. Yep, that is the armor class.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll your damage die, but you don't add anything to that one since it's your offhand.
Also, the
Quick
D20 is
question.
different.
This is melee attack. Yeesh.
Are you
good?
okay?
Did it come crashing down a little bit?
Oh, you're bored.
Adelaide, you're in melee combat right now, right? Okay, and Moromir,
Moromir
you're
as
right
well.
there with right there. Adelaide, you get to add your sneak attack damage to one of these attacks. What level of rogue are you?
Level
10?
10.
That's going to be 5d6 that you can add on top of the damage that you're about to roll.
Yeah, you'll be rolling, 66 for this? Or no, 5d6 and 1d4.
And 1d4. Yeah.
Yep.
So roll a d6 for damage. Or roll a d4 for damage. That's the dagger.
Which of the dice am I rolling though?
The d4 is the triangle.
Okay, got it.
Roll that.
It landed like a triangle.
Right. So what's the top number? The number on top.
1.
All right, that's 1 piercing damage from the dagger. Now you can roll 5d6 or roll a d6 5 times to supplement the damage.
Which one's the D6?
The normal
square
die.
one. Yeah.
I
Square.
roll it how many times?
Roll up to 5 times. So just add up every d6 that you roll.
Landed between my legs again. Sorry. 3,
3,
6,
9,
2,
11,
5,
16,
3.
and 19. 19 damage supplemented to that dagger. Good job.
Very cool.
Yay!
Kadoosh.
It's a lot of math.
It is a lot of math.
Okay, so then Adelaide draws her sword. With her surprise attack, is able to slice with her short sword to kind of distract them, so she can pull out her dagger to do the big hit, which is I think where the main thing is. I'm sorry, I got like excited about the math and I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, you're good.
You're good.
You landed a strong hit with that dagger. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
Smash.
And I was like, I'm always better with my daggers.
It's not about the length. It's about the.
You must make a joke
don't finish
of
that at
everything.
all.
Not everything can fit into that. It's honestly impressive.
I know our channel is rated mature, but
That would have canonically, yeah. It's not about the length, darling.
You know it's not about the length.
About the sharpness.
Okay, anything else for you, Adelaide?
Do I get more?
Use your action, your bonus action. You would have your
Yeah.
movement. That's about it.
My movement? I jump back to kind of recover since I did the attack to allow for another swing.
Are you moving out of
No,
their...
kind of just moving
Roll-
like to the side, like kind of dodging to get like to a different angle.
Okay, just around, not leaving. It's okay, cool. Perfect. Indra. You are...
Indra looks so annoyed at this point. She turns to Vale and just goes, "Damn it, you're right." And she then turns and almost you kind of see a glimmer on the staff that she has as she braces it in front of her, and a seashell bell appears, letting out this very haunting ring. And the mimic is going to have to make a wisdom saving throw of 16.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
That is a 21.
Jesus Christ.
Natural 20. Plus
Oh,
1. Plus
fuck.
1 wisdom. It sucks at wisdom.
God damn. Okay.
The one time I needed this to work.
I swear to God.
Got lucky with that one.
Let me see. Yeah, I think it's a cantrip, so I think it doesn't do any damage. So upon that, she is just going to. Give me a moment.
Where's Silvery Barbs when you need it?
I know, right?
Xanthi, where are
I
you?
know, right?
Where's the wizards? Where's the wizards? Holiday, get your ass in here.
Swear to God.
Was
Damn it. That.
You got this. Bonus action.
Fuck it. I'll roll with disadvantage because I know I'm like short range, but she's just gonna take her fucking crossbow out and just fucking aim it at the fucking mimic and just shoot.
Yeah. Yep.
She must be really annoyed if she's using weapons.
So I got a 14 and a 17, so a 14. Do I get the +5?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So 14 plus 5 is a 19.
Absolutely.
That would be 1d8.
Quit trying to nerf yourself, dude.
And it'll be 1d8 plus 1. And that is an 8 for plus 1 for a 9.
9. Very nice.
Nice work. Good job.
So Moramir has slid in and just hacked this thing up with his Kopesh. Got this monster's tongue wrapped around him, pulled in just a little bit. Adelaide shows up, slashes, and then finds a gap in the wood or the appearance of wood and finds a good fleshy bit in there and gets a good purchase on it. Indra fires this crossbow right into the eye of this mimic as it screams out. It is looking pretty effed up right now. So we're back at the top of the round with Rogue.
Hip hip cheerio.
All right. I think Rogue, hearing all the commotion, would shift her attention over to the battle that is happening, and will move closer and fully withdraw a long sword that she has and is going to throw it closer to the mimic. And bonus action, I'm going to activate said long sword. So you see her throw it, and she just says "Hakfa," and it starts floating in the air. And can I do this in the same way? Yes, I can. I'm making an attack on it. Ooh, 21.
Very nice.
You're kicking its butt.
Go buff out.
That'll buff it out.
More American buff me out.
Oh god, this whole thing is
Honestly,
sailing
you
off
think
the
of
deep end.
nothing else.
Oh god.
What are your thoughts on politics?
Ed, you dirty boy.
I don't even want to know what I missed in the audio snippet that I lost.
Yeah.
It's a 21 to hit and 4 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then we'll draw her rapier from the other side and make an attack with that using my action.
Okay.
Ooh. I have a higher thing for that. 13 to hit.
Yep. AC's 12, 13 hits.
Whatever you said, I missed it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you're good. It hits.
D8.
AC is 12.
It's nice having all access to all of my dice. Oh, max damage. Hell yeah. And because I'm making this attack with my hand, I can add my sneak attack to this. Get back here. $27 points of damage on my rapier strike.
How much?
27.
27. How do you want to do this?
Damn it.
Yeah.
How dare.
As Rogue gets close, in the action of running, will withdraw the longsword and activating it while still running. It takes one quick swipe at it, and then drawing the rapier from the other side, just wherever the longsword had cleaved and exposed something, will strike for the same spot, and is just going to plunge the rapier as far into this thing as she can before turning on her heel and ripping it out the side.
That's perfect. Because as a shape changer, when the mimic dies, any equipment it is wearing or carrying isn't transformed, and it reverts to its true form if it dies.
Mm-hmm.
As you rip out the side, 4 more bodies slide out,
We got more mimics among us.
along with other gold pieces, coins, some old swords, just stolen equipment. At one point, you're like, somebody said that was missing. Well, there it is.
Fucking hell.
And so far, you said only one person has been reported missing, and there's 4
Yeah.
bodies within this thing.
One person was found. Yeah.
Well, it makes me wonder if the murderer is one of the bodies in there.
Murderer. It's the murderer is the mimic, and now we have 4 bodies.
Does the mimic do blunt force trauma to the back of the head with accuracy?
It does bludgeoning damage.
Ah.
The
did not know that.
pseudopods do bludgeoning damage, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they just did nom damage.
No,
they bludgeon, and then their bite is
piercing.
piercing and acid.
Oh shit! And only one person's been reported missing. Well, at this point in time, hearing Vale call out, Thaddeus would have dropped a grappling hook off to the side of him as he leans over the railing and drops off the side of the ship and rappels down to the level that they're at and peers into the window with a crossbow in hand, seeing that Rogue has already dispatched the thing. Oh, all that flair and drama for me just to show up.
And do absolutely nothing.
Maybe
If you were quicker
on
in
your
your
entrance, you would have actually
work, you would have been here sooner.
If you thought with your... Never mind.
I think he spends too much time on his hair.
Listen, there's a lot of upkeep required to maintain such.
As the actual charismatic bard of this group, I have less of an ego than he does.
It's not hard to do.
Everyone has less of an ego.
Have you? Never mind. I'll see you all back up top. And he starts climbing back up the rope.
I swear, the Midnight Barber needs to visit that guy someday.
I think he would cry.
That's what I'm hoping.
It's bad.
So,
Midnight Barbers.
something that does not bode well just happened. What? I'm not in charge of the ship, so I would like to know what the next moves are. I take orders. That's my thing. I can improvise in the heat of the moment, but this doesn't feel like the heat of the moment.
No, honey, this is a crime scene. Fuck.
Vale is just gonna stomp in there and kind of go, and they've ruined all the food. And like she's just immediately gonna go over and start like going and looking through everything. She kind of just prods everything around the room now. These damn mimics give me trouble every time. So she just is looking for more bodies, and you know, to be fair, I did think I was smelling some bad cheese. Now it's bodies.
I'm smelling more eggs. I'm smelling more bad eggs.
Indra's gonna cast Mage Hand to help Vale kind of rummage through things without having to deal with mimic sort of situations, hopefully. And if that would be able to help Vale on any investigation checks or anything like that. But Indra at this point would be kneeling down to the bodies and trying and see if they can identify them or if they're stowaways or something.
Okay. Looking at these, they don't immediately recognize them. However, at this point, Captain Ezra has come down to see what the fuss was about, leaving the helm in capable hands. So what do we have?
5 bodies.
Thaddeus would be
More dead people.
captain as well.
Well, I say we have a mystery because the heck, I don't even have like a catchy catchphrase for this. This is just kind of scary.
Makes me wonder if this thing ate those people before it was brought on the ship, or if they ate them while they were on the ship.
Well, I can tell you those two right there I picked up in Greenport. And those two right there I picked up in Vale. I set out from Greenport.
Over there.
Jesus Christ, Thad.
Question, Captain. I know we were made aware that we were missing one crew member. Are we missing any others? Or that you
Well, I thought that the two that I picked up in Greenport offloaded in Vale because I picked up a little bit of a different crew. And then I thought the two that I picked up in Vale got off at Rocknir because I picked up you lot.
So, okay. All right. Well, it's not a matter of whether or not somebody amongst us is posing as a mimic, if that were possible.
So this thing's been on the ship for quite some time.
At least since Greenport, yes. I did receive a new shipment as we were embarking on this journey. I had refreshed all my supplies and lots of crates and chests came aboard.
It's reasonable enough to assume that this mimic here has been aboard your vessel since Greenport, at least.
Good.
Fucking little parasite.
I'm glad you've dispatched it and taken care of that.
Okay. Well, someone's got to check out the bodies, not it.
Now's not the time to be squeamish, Addie.
Vale's
Fine.
gonna like shove them apart and like go in there and
Indra's also picking up the bodies with Vale and just throwing them over her shoulder and just fucking just being like, water burial?
At this
Morgan
point,
will also grab one.
At this point, Thaddeus's height would be made very blatantly aware to all of you as he stands next to Mormir at this point and is standing taller than him.
Smash.
His natural height is 6'2". but he's wearing 6-inch stiletto heels. And you put him at a whopping height of 6'8".
Yes, queen.
You have to be using magic to be walking around these floorboards.
Listen, darling, I have extensive gymnastics training, educated in navigation, astrogation charts, so on and so forth. I'm a talented individual. All right, I have skills other than being on my feet.
No wonder I've had to fucking sand and buff out so many fucking strut heel marks in the fucking deck.
I gotta look on my
What?
catalog.
Have you not heard the horrendous sound of the clack?
Yeah, I
Anything
know.
you want,
I'd
Mr.
be up till 3 in
Warner.
the fucking morning.
Well, Miss.
Go speak to the captain and inform him what's going on. We'll take care of the bodies.
Tall,
Sounds
dark,
good
and
to me.
Tall, dark, and horny here. We'll get things taken care of here. You ladies, let us know if you need anything. All right.
I have to skip upstairs because I don't want to deal with the body.
Tall, dark, and horny. I love it. That is you slut.
Indra still has like the one body, like just in her hands, like kind of braced against her with the staff, and she's just gonna again let out just a very long, extended sigh and just turn around and start walking.
Vale is like completely unfazed. She's just like so used to it. She's so focused is just to like get back in the kitchen and do the rest of the stuff. And she's like dragging the body by the heels and like, you know, it's a little somber, but at the same time she's like bumping him into the doorway and stuff. Oh, sorry. Like just keeps pulling him up until we get past all the tall, beautiful, ignorant men that won't get out of the way.
Mortimer will actually reach down and just scoop him up, 2 bodies on the shoulders, just start carrying them in.
Okay, so we're taking these up top deck.
Yep.
Thaddeus, close in tow, you know, providing extra support for Mortimer.
Those who would deem it necessary or in character, go ahead and make me a perception check as you bring these bodies up top.
15.
Perception of the bodies or perception of just as we're getting on deck to look
As
around?
you're getting on deck to look around.
19, good sir.
24.
11 plus 2, so 13.
As mesmerizing as your gluteus maximus is, Mortimer, other things do.
Fucking swear to God.
23. I'm also observant. Thank you.
How does it feel, Taylor? How does it feel to flirt? Be subjected to the flirt?
Oh dear God, no, it's just it's fucking golden. Oh,
Vale and Rogue, what did you guys get for your perception checks? Sorry if I didn't hear and you did say.
I didn't roll only because it felt like it would be out of character. I don't think she'd actually be looking around.
Perfect. Nope, I did say that, didn't I? So Indra, Thad, and Mormir, as you are progressing up onto the top deck, all of the men and women and people have just been congregated on this top deck and are kind of lined up and just talking, just going through the roll call that they were asked to do. You see one individual, a certain gnomish individual known as Ragtop to most of the crew.
Gnomish? Ooh, how adorable.
And they seem the things I could do with a gnome.
Your words, not mine.
That
Not
is
me
his
wishing
thinking.
I had taken Mountain Combatant.
Sir.
Anyway, this particular gnomish individual known as Ragtop is looking a little disturbed and bothered and kind of shifting uneasily in their boots.
Being the highest of the perceptive ones, Thaddeus would probably take notice of this and start strutting his way over. His gait is a cross strut, so one leg in front of the other as he struts his way up to him.
A model runway strut.
Catwalk, baby.
Yes.
Ragtop, darling, how you seem out of sorts. What's going on with you, love?
Oh, I mean, there's you bring dead bodies on deck, and it's it makes me a little uncomfortable to be around death and that sort of thing. So, you know, it's not a sight you see every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's yeah.
I'm sorry. It's a nasty business that we find ourselves working in. Tell me, love, well, why does it upset you so?
Well, perhaps it's because of the death of my parents. It was gruesome and horrible, and it was done right in front of me. So, just seeing that again brings up some hard memories. We could probably talk about it later if you wanted to.
Oh, absolutely! I would love to hear more about it, Ragtop. Anything I could do to help ease your pain.
Yes, it's been traumatic actually. Honestly, seeing those poor souls come out of the deck below.
Yeah, it's a very you know any of them?
I've been on this ship for a little bit. So yeah, actually, that one over there we picked up in Greenport. That one and that one we picked up in Vale. And Snibs, you know, Snibs is Snibs, you know. It's
tragic. Yeah.
It's been great working with him, honestly. Make a insight check.
That's a 16 plus 0, so 16.
While he's saying it's been great working with Snibs, you notice the tone of his voice not have a genuine tone to it, more of a disdain, but not noticeable to most people around him. You're paying attention very closely to this, and as he's saying these words, you notice a little bit of non-truth in there.
All right, Ragtop. I would like to hear more about what pains you later on over some rum or whiskey or whatever fancies our palate at the time. But for now, I'm gonna help Tall, Dark, and Horny over there to prepare the bodies for burial. I'll see you later. Okay.
Oh yes, of course. I look forward to it.
All right. With that being said, Thaddeus will make his way over to Rogue first. Report that slight that the slight that Ragtop had for Snibs. Doesn't have any concrete evidence, so yeah, well, Rogue, I may have spotted a potential persons of interest that we might want to investigate later. If you would like my help, I will be more than happy to support you in any capacity that I may be able to provide, whether it be therapeutic or investigative.
Would you like to clarify what you're saying and quit rambling?
I'm sorry. I can't help it.
We've had this conversation, Thad.
I know. Back top, he seems to have a level of contempt for at least one member of the crew that has been found perished. So maybe we inquire further. He might be more talkative after a few drinks. I could, make him more pliable. If that.
Thad, how about you leave this one to me? We both know I have better skills in certain areas of persuasion than you do.
I would beg to differ, but you are.
You can beg to differ all you want, but the proof and evidence is there. Leave this to me. If you find anything else,
I was the one that provided the evidence, but you are the one in charge. I will leave the investigation to you.
Thad, just be a good little boy and go be a watch out for a bit.
As you all are having this conversation, the roll call is called. The only person that was picked up from Rocknear that is missing from that point onward is Snibs, honestly, and the other ones were from previous crews. So once that is all done, the crew is dismissed back to their duties and jobs. And as they are, you hear a whistle. Off the port bow! Ship incoming!
All right, lads, you know the procedure. Man the guns. Prepare yourselves. I will be on the swivel.
Go to the cannon.
This is preparation, Indra. We always have the guns at the ready. You never sit idly by. That's how you get. That's how you get buried at sea. Waiting your word.
I agree with him on this one. I know that's rare.
The reason as to why Indra is a little bit irritated as she steps up and she goes, Thad needs to go and handle the guns as he's supposed to while I make sure everyone gets into position. Go do your job, Thad, and stop trying
That's what I was doing. That's what he was doing. He's telling his gun crew to man the guns.
Oh, I thought he was just telling everybody to go do shit.
No. He's manning
he's got his crew. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
Working his gun crew.
And next, all of that, Indra would just start making her rounds and preparing for the shipment.
Seeing Indra giving him side eye, he would whisper over to Timothy, "Can you get my love note prepared? Thank you."
Start scribbling.
Indra's walking by is like, Thad, I swear if I see any of those stupid love notes, I'm gonna throw you in the fucking cannon.
Remember, L's, not W's. You're not a child.
Addie's darling, why are you spell checking it?
If he's gonna write them, at least have them written well.
Just take away his damn quill and ink.
Why would you use?
I'm not going anywhere near that. I tried.
I don't know what the fuck you write. What do you chisel it?
No, you use chalk, dear.
Mormir would have returned to the captain's side, and he would have kind of like leaned into him, kind of sidebar.
Are you sure about this, crew?
I'm less sure every moment.
I thought so.
And he would then go and climb up to the crow's nest to see what he can see.
Okay. Starboard side is ready, Captain.
Very well done, Ted.
Guns are ready.
Very well. Maintain course. Let's stay cool. Moromir, go ahead and make me a perception check there.
Yes, I will. 5 or 18.
18. No problem. You see this vessel is a sovereign's sanctioned hunting vessel to hunt whales. And it has the sovereign's colors on it, and the what is this thing called on the front of the ship?
The statue or the
the statue.
It's called a figurehead.
Figurehead,
Yeah.
thank you. The figurehead on it is indicative of a ship known as the Santa Morgulis.
Santa Morgulis. Interesting.
Have we dumped the bodies over the side of the ship, or are we
are
just
still holding on to them.
Okay. If Moromir has placed the bodies down on the deck, and Vale has done as well, Indra would have taken them, lined them up, and then respectfully put a tarp over them until we decide what to do with them.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The bodies were
Ceremony.
placed on the poop deck.
I will
Well,
say
still shitty for 'em.
also kind of put some barrels around them as well to make sure that they don't shift or move, but also kind of make them a little bit more inconspicuous to the ship being like, oh, why is there dead bodies on that ship that we're passing by? That's a little weird.
Okay.
It's not. It wouldn't be weird. It usually happens on voyages.
So the ship
Well, we
is
don't want them to think that we're in trouble and they're like, hey, I need help.
the ship is signaling to you via flags. And Moromir, you get that they are wanting to parley. They are wanting to come closer and see if you guys have any information. Would you like to send any sort of communique back?
Are
Dad.
we trying to be stealthy? Are we trying
Not at
to...
this moment in time. You guys are, if it was possibly something else, perhaps like Scarlet Brotherhood pirates or anything like that, then yes. But you guys are headed to do a job, and it's really nobody's business, and you're not out doing something that's wrong. It's actually this is a sanctioned hunt.
Yeah. Okay. So for clarification, we are not a pirate organization. This is
You are a privateer vessel that has its own contracts, works for who they want to.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Legal pirates.
Yeah.
Essentially. What time of day is it again?
I'd say by now it's probably like 2 or 3.
2? Okay.
Yeah.
Still enough sun. So yeah, he'll pull out a little still mirror and do the little Morse code thing. Tell him to hold their position while he goes to confer with the captain. And he'll jump down, relay the information. I'm not gonna do the voice anymore. So what do you want to do, Captain?
Smash.
Do we have anyone that can send a message spell? I'd really like to keep going.
I don't believe we have any
Bard
spellcasters
has
aboard.
What?
Okay. Official dedicated spellcasters on board.
What? As he points to the bard.
Rogue doesn't have the spellcasting, but Rogue is a damn fast swimmer.
Oh, you're not faster than me.
Oh my god. Race for it.
Everybody pull
Please
out
wait.
their
Wait.
swimming characters.
What,
Let's
what
see
is
how
what is
fast we can
what
go.
is the swimming
I'll
distance? Because
make
I also have swimming distance and can breathe underwater.
Oh
Typically, they'd be
Oh,
quite a
same.
ways off still.
Water genasi.
yeah. The fastest one out of all of us would probably be the Genasi.
I still kind of beg to differ.
Oh, actually, no. I would beg to differ too because I have the Mariner
Alright.
studded leather that gives
You
me.
are in
swimming speed.
heels.
What is
I have a swimming speed of my walking speed, which is.
I
30
have
feet.
a swimming speed of 40 feet.
I have a swimming speed of 40 feet.
I also have a
What?
swimming speed of 40 feet.
Mormir
I
can't
got 40
swim?
feet, homie, and I'm a
this
rogue,
isn't-
so I can bonus
it
action
just
dash.
doesn't
I'm
measure
a
up.
damn fast swimmer.
How in the fuck? First.
Rollies.
Wait, you want to do rollies, Rogue?
I
Really?
have a swimming
Sure.
speed of 30 feet. That feels wrong.
Well, I have a swimming speed of 40 feet because I am because of my warlock patron, and I
Totally
can breathe
fair.
underwater
Because
because
of our
I
Eldritch
worship Kraken Daddy.
I'm kind of a slow
I'm,
little
I'm also a sea elf, so
Don't say it like
Oh.
that. Don't
So-
say it like that.
I like
Where do you
Kraken
do
Daddy.
this? I don't even know where my swimming anything is.
Daddy.
Most people don't have like a legitimate
If we're
swimming speed.
rolling, I got
No.
a nat 20.
Oh damn.
Oh, well,
A sea elf would have a higher swim speed for sure. But you're also not a warlock, so you or not a rogue, so you definitely aren't.
Yeah, I
outswimming
can't
rogue.
dash. I'll let Rogue go, especially considering that Indra is the second mate. It probably would make more sense that Rogue would be
Go rogue.
the one to be the messenger.
But yeah, Adelaide. Most humanoids have a swimming speed that's at least half their swimming speed if they don't have a dedicated one, or half their
It's
walking
half
speed.
their walking speed normally.
Unless you have magical properties like a Mariner's studded leather that gives you a full walking speed. But with your swimming speed, which is fun as a rogue.
I will say Indra would probably still just be going over the bodies and everything. She also, I will say, would have picked up that club that she found as well, and would have been kind of, again, even though knowing that mimics can do blunt trauma, she's going to see if the comparison to the weapon matches the injury on the back of his neck.
Which Adelaide will find very interesting and rush over.
Run that
All
by
right.
me one more time.
The club that Indra found, she like when they went upstairs, she would have grabbed it because again, he was not inside the mimic, therefore, like, I don't know, I think mimics probably would have gone things that are living, not dead. So I believe he was probably dead beforehand or was killed, and the mimic had no interest in him. Therefore, she is going to take the club and be identifying the possible murder weapon to the injury on the base of his neck.
So you're cross
I am cross-examining.
examining.
Here's the
I
thing: mimics
Will
produce.
also,
Go ahead.
as whatever, I don't know if I'm being taken over with a message or whatnot, but as Rogue has been leadership, before Rogue jumps up, Rogue will just give a side note to Indra with the information that Thad had told Rogue.
Oh, so on top of that, with that information, she also will look at the angle of which the injury is according to the weapon to see if it's coming from a shorter individual.
Okay. As you're looking at the club and the injury, they look like they fit together.
Here's the question: how tall is the mimic? Same height as a gnomish and a kobold individual will be?
Yeah, I'd say at the top end.
Yeah.
no
So-
taller than it.
So it would be hard to distinguish. Yeah.
The angle of the injury, as you're kind of looking at this and investigating, doesn't come from the top. It's actually come from fairly level, if not lower, in an upward fashion.
So compared to the gnomish individual and Snips, is that his name?
Yeah.
Snips.
Uh,
Yeah.
Snips. Compared to the gnomish individual and Snibs, what is their height differentiation?
Ragtop is probably 2 or 3 inches shorter than Snips.
So, and you said the injury is more over Snibs, correct?
Like it came from either. It
Level.
doesn't come from up. Yeah, it either comes from level or slightly below.
All right. Fuck.
Okay.
Enhance. So like
Enhance.
would it correspond with the height, with the slight height differentiation? Like if it's like right on the back, would it be from someone who would be similar in height to Snibs?
It could be assumed that,
Okay.
that it's not out of the question.
And I didn't catch anything when I did detect magic, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I will say Indra will probably now. Is Rogue already gone at this point?
We haven't decided. We haven't.
Probably
haven't-
they gave you like the information, and then if that is the course of action that we're taking to communicate with this vessel, then that would be expedited. Yes.
All right. Considering Thad is the one that originally came with this information, Indra is going to approach Thad and show them the club and pretty much explain the examination that she's taken in. And
Currently filing his nails and trimming his cuticles.
Adelaide with way too much tension on the subject.
Thad,
Yes, darling.
so I found this inside the mimic. And now,
That would be
DM.
a belaying pin.
A what?
A belaying pin.
Is that what
Usually,
a club is?
a usual tool used to incapacitate individuals. I've come across several of them in my time in the Thieves Guild. Can be capable of killing an individual if used properly.
Anything can be used to kill an individual if used properly.
Exactly, Addie. You get what I'm coming at.
I've used a skeleton or two in my day.
Thad,
Yes.
from what I could see,
Good question.
said-
Would black be a good color on me?
whatever suits you best.
One of these days, she's going to kill you.
I'm getting there, darling. I'm getting there. Thad,
Yes.
can you please just take 2 seconds to pay attention?
Oh, I'm listening. Full ears. Full attentiveness. What can I do for you?
I found this inside of the mimic. The body was outside. Usually, as far as I know, mimics mostly prefer live prey, which makes me believe that someone probably on this ship is what did this to him, not this mimic. You said this gnomish individual seemed a bit resentful towards Snips.
He's held some level of contempt for Snips. Whether or not it was in the capacity of murder, I don't get the sense that he would be the one to do it per se.
Thad, you know more than anyone, including myself, that people have killed for less.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and so have I.
Hear, hear.
I mean, I have a snacky comeback, but I think the point got across.
Yeah. But yes, out of every possible lead that we could produce, Ragtop is probably the number one, in my honest opinion. to investigate further.
I think that's the first time I've seen you just say an entire paragraph and not, innuendo it up.
I'll make innuendos or sexual advances on somebody. Yes, I can be cordial and formal at times when it's appropriate. But Rogue has made it aware that they would be the ones to lead that investigation. So,
Personally, I would prefer them be the ones to do it, considering I know their methods are rather well spoken for.
I can be quite convincing as well, especially when alcohol's involved. But
That sometimes getting in their pants is not the thing you want to do when it comes to investigating a murder.
oh, that's probably the best point in time when you can murder somebody.
We're
At least they
trying-
can't produce a weapon when you have the knife at their throat.
You'd be surprised where you can hide weapons, Thad.
Oh, you imagine that.
Did you say that Rogue told you to stay out of the investigation?
Rogue said that they would be taking the lead on the investigation, yes. Unless you plan to supersede their position.
I am in no position to challenge her on anything. It's just curious is all.
I mean, I'm not opposed to a little rebelliousness, but they are second in charge, so
Still.
I'm not gonna ruffle feathers if that's not to my benefit. But if you so choose, I will be happy to help.
I just think that it should be all hands on deck, not.
Oh, I was just, it was a generalization, not to you specifically, Eddie, my dear, but to Indra as well. Or, tall, dark, and horny.
TDH.
Speaking of which, where is he?
He's probably doing his job.
Which is more than I can say for us.
Boromir went back down below decks to see if there's any more men lying around.
Tell me, did he happen to mention what his type is at all to either of you?
Thad, there's plenty of other things to worry about aside from figuring out somebody's type.
How many of you can honestly say you've slept with a Minotaur?
You have no idea who I've slept with. Neither is it your business.
Exactly. I'm not asking if you slept one. I've said how many of you can honestly say. But that being said, Rogue plans to take the lead on the investigation. So I wouldn't concern yourselves with it. Just prepare the bodies for the ceremonial bury, or do whatever you want. I don't care.
Well, I'd like to investigate the bodies a little bit further and possibly the scene a bit more before we decide to throw these bodies overboard. There could be more clues that we missed.
Indeed. Shall we investigate further then?
Yes, I say yes.
Why am I'm never leaving you alone with those bodies.
I wouldn't. What are you implying, Indra? I will sleep with most things. There is a line drawn in the sand where I wouldn't cross usually.
I've seen you do some very questionable things, Thad.
Yes, I have slept with the reborn once. It was very.
I know. I wouldn't be surprised.
That being said,
Disgusted, not surprised.
let's. What are we hoping to learn from the bodies? I mean, there can't be too much more we can learn, but aside from the fact that I was eaten or consumed by a mimic.
Well, I would like to see if any of the other 3 bodies that were found inside them, or the other 4 bodies that were found inside the mimic, if they have any blunt force trauma similar to the one that was found outside of the mimic. Because curious if this mimic is more to stun their prey before consuming it, or if they just got lucky. And again, if there's any differentiation, we may have a very small murderer on our hands.
Might I inquire on that we inquire with the captain first and find out if there's any correlations to Ragtop and these individuals that would, provide some extra insight into this investigation.
Well, why don't you go to ask the captain that? I already done all the captain messaging.
Indra
I
will
would
just
like
kinda
some
wait.
friends to accompany
Wow.
at some time, you know?
Fine,
Vale
I'll go
is
with
at,
you.
yeah, and Vale is also going to like chime in. And of course, like I said, guys, going to change up the accent because the Kiwi accent just ain't sticking with me. So we're going to go to good old faithful and go back to my country accent. So
I like it.
Vale's
I
gonna,
like it.
Vale's going to sit there and pat on Adelaide's back and Thad's back and go, excellent, let's head right on up there and then figure out what's going on with the boys because we got to get back to the kitchen, get cooking. And clearly something's cooking over there. So I think we all got our assignments. Let's go and boogie. And so she's just immediately going to grab them by their arms and roll us up to the captain.
Why are you so strong?
Indra just like lets out like a bit of a kind of relaxed sigh, being like, quiet. And she's going to go back to just thoroughly investigating the bodies, just every nook and cranny, trying to make sure if there's any other blunt force injuries.
And
etc.
you made insinuations to Thad,
You
huh?
know what the fuck I'm talking about. She isn't going to fucking strip them. Jesus Christ.
As you're looking, you notice that there is a very similar pattern to 3 hits on these medium-sized individuals. One around the femur area, usually leading to a very hard break.
Mhm.
Another rib cage area, sometimes the front, sometimes the back, but always at the very top of the body. A very similar blunt force trauma to the back of the head as you found on Snibs.
All right. Indra is first going to compare the murder weapon to those blunt force traumas, but then she's going to go downstairs and look at the mimic's body to see if there's anything on like the mimic, whether it be the tongue. I don't know how it attacks exactly,
Yeah.
but to see if it could possibly be in the same comparison or has a similar marking as it would with the club with blunt force trauma.
The mimic's tongue has very small hooked spines, which produce the saliva, for lack of a better word, or the mucus. There we go. That helps attach itself, so it helps it move, helps it grab its prey, that sort of thing. So barbed, more of a barbed tongue that produces the mucus as well. And they are
correct?
What's that?
Acid damage, correct?
Yes. Yeah. So it is
did-
corrosive as well.
Was the blunt force trauma on Snibs had any form of corrosion?
No, none whatsoever.
That's all I needed to hear.
Okay, there we go.
She's immediately now going to head right to the captain to relay her findings.
Along with Vale,
Thad,
and and Adelaide.
Yeah.
Why say his name with such contempt?
Thad.
Thad the Chad.
Thad the Chad.
As he is waiting for word from the other vessel, you all come up to him. Can I help you? Or is there a reason that you're not at your posts?
Yes, Captain. Is there private quarters that we can speak where, outside ears aren't privy?
Please.
We have some very serious matters that you may want to know of.
And it's more than just some lost lard that we're talking about.
And I will say I have composed a bit more information on the situation as well.
Very quick work, Quartermaster. Very good. Adrian, take the helm. Keep course. And you all walk into the captain's quarters.
Indra will start off with, well, as you might have heard, we had an issue with a mimic in the basement. We found 4 bodies in the mimic after Rogue absolutely demolished it. And upon inspecting Snibs, who was found outside of the mimic, taking notice, the bodies found inside the mimic, all of the blunt force trauma had corrosive damage. Snibs, however, with the blunt force damage found on the back of his neck, had no corrosive damage, meaning I believe it was made from this, and she will hand over the club. Made the comparison. If this was an attack done by a mimic, it would have had corrosive damage around the wound. This was done by someone wielding this weapon.
So you're saying it's one of us, then?
Well, I will now move the floor to Thad and allow him to explain how we might have a suspect that we may want to interrogate.
Yes. Thank
Yes.
you,
Interrogate.
Indra. Question, Captain. Do you have any crew members that have any assortment of affiliations to the Thieves Guild aside from me? And
Not outwardly, but I'm sure that some of them might have at some point had contact, perhaps.
well, the gnomish individual, Ragtop, as I was conversing with him and trying to console him, because he seemed a little distraught by the presentation of bodies from the mimic found below deck, he seemed rather perturbed, and me being the caring and thoughtful individual that I am, sought to be the shoulder of support for him, and I couldn't help but notice a level of contempt that he held for Snibs. While that is not grounds for persecution, but it is a source of interest that one might want to inquire further. Belaying pins that was discovered by our Indra here were commonly used amongst the people of my association, the Thieves Guild. Can be used to incapacitate individuals, but typically are known to be capable of killing individuals if used properly. So it's just, what do you think, Captain?
I will also like to chime in, Captain. Upon looking at where Snibs was struck, it could correspond with the height that the gnome was at as well, based on the angle of the attack.
Ragtop is the only person of that height on this vessel.
Exactly why we think he may be a very likely suspect.
Why are you wasting
Person of
my
interest.
time to go question him? In fact, let's all go. And he gets up, goes out onto the deck, walks down, goes over to Ragtop, snatches him up, and hangs him over the side. Ragtop! And he is visibly scared. Because a
And
little
that
known
is
fact about
Fun,
Ragtop
finally.
is he can't swim.
Mhm.
Oh. Ragtop, I know you can't swim. So, these fine people here say you have a little secret.
That
So you
is
better start
certainly
spilling or you better start sinking.
Can I poke him like a piñata?
Oh my god. Captain.
Indra, weapon please.
Indra immediately just takes out let's see. She's gonna take out just her crossbow. Or did she have any of his weapons on hand that she would hand off?
Murder
to him?
weapon.
Murder weapon.
He's asking for the murder weapon.
Oh, she takes the club, immediately hands it to him.
This look familiar to you. And you see in his eyes kind of a flash of recognition. Interesting. Snibs, tell me more about him.
I don't know anything about Snibs. He's a great guy. He's wonderful. I loved him so much, and I'm sad that he's gone. Sad that he got crushed in the skull. I swear.
How did you know he got crushed in the skull?
Ooh.
Brings him back on deck, drops him. There, it's sorted. Take him to the brig.
Indra immediately grabs him by the back of the collar and just starts fucking dragging him. If he resists, she's gonna just fucking kick him and just keep fucking dragging him.
Now, the rest of you. If it has anything to do with squabbles, murders, or mimics on deck, take care of it yourselves. If I hear anything else other than monster hunting, I don't care. We've got a monster to slay. Let's get to it.
Yes, sir. And she just calls out from the bottom.
Aye, aye, Captain.
As you say, Captain. Oh, God.
Your boss, man. She just walks away.
Hands himself.
I would say as Indra is bringing the gnomish individual down below deck, he is also returning, coming up to the captain. Captain, the lower decks are secure.
Aye. Good work. Anything else?
Adelaide skips off after Indra, ready with her weapon in case there's some questioning that needs to take place. Very enthusiastically.
What is Rogue doing at this moment in time? Have they made it back to the ship, or?
I mean, I don't think it would have taken all that long to get over to the ship. So when she got close enough that she could yell and be sure that anyone on board could hear her, she'd just yell up, announcing who she is, what she's here for, just basically saying the captain is on, a pass, and he sent me to collect whatever message that they have.
Oh, right. We're just after a dreadnought whale. Have you seen one?
Have we seen one?
You've seen a few whales, but not a dreadnought. A dreadnought whale has dark gray skin, and through it, different veins of pure gold, which is why it makes them so valuable to hunt. Not only the fat and things for oil and lanterns and things like that, but they also possess ore. So it is a viable source of riches.
Have we seen one thus far?
No.
If they had offered a rope ladder over the side of the ship, Rogue would have climbed up to make conversation easier, and would just, leaning up against the railing, catching her breath a little bit. We haven't seen any thus far. I know what you're talking about, but I don't believe we've seen any in this area.
Well, that's a shame. This is about as far as we can safely go before reaching Bitter Black, but I guess we'll turn around and circle back and see if we can't find one. Thank you. What are you lot after?
Yeah, no problem. We've just got a little quarry that we're after. Nothing big.
Well, best of luck with your hunt, and looks like you got a mighty fine vessel to do it with.
Indeed we do. And Rogue will just kind of give a little two-finger salute as she just dives backwards off the ship, swimming her way back over.
Quit stealing my fucking flair.
I'm the bard!
As Rogue returns to the ship, the sails are once again unfurled fully, and with haste, the Iron Maiden makes its way towards darker waters. And that's where we'll go to break. See you all in just a little bit for the rest of it. Hello. Welcome back, everyone. As you can see, we've added another player. Yeah.
Victor!
So glad to have him with us.
Smash.
So yeah, this week we have is Frontiers of Eberron going this Sunday? Okay, Frontiers of Eberron this Sunday.
I think so.
Possibly. Don't quote me on that. For sure, Star Wars TTRPG Tuesday. Dimensional Dial of Dr. Diago on Wednesday. And hopefully we get all our people back and we can do Tales of Vardin, pick up where we left off in the middle of our big fight in Embershard against a false Hydra and a librarian.
That bitch.
So yeah, I think that's all of our games coming up this next week.
Yes.
So
yeah, next week, Tuesday, the beginning of chapter 2. It's a big deal. Chapter 2 of the Jewel of Yavin. Don't miss that beginning. It's going to be epic. And then Frontiers of Eberron is this coming Sunday.
Perfect. So tune into all of those that we have this week coming up and get some more of those stories. Absolutely.
Speaking of Edge of Empire, when are you going to join, Chris?
Me? Oh, man, Tuesdays are hard for me. I wish I could. Maybe when Vardin is over, I can switch my days to play to Tuesday, and I won't DM. I'll just play. But yeah. Without further ado, Victor, tell us a little bit about your character and what they've been up to. The ship has been sailing now for, I think this is its 4th day, getting closer to their destination. The crew has just found some dead bodies down below deck that were concealed inside of a mimic. With a murder weapon and that sort of things. So that has just occurred and been resolved. The suspected culprit is in the brig. But yeah, what tell us about you. Enough about what's going on. Tell us about you.
Well, thank you for asking.
How are you doing, Magic Daddy?
It all started in 1969. I'm kidding.
Smash.
There has been a curious pair of eyes that has been following a few ships, and then by luck of the draw or fate, the last one that this figure has decided to follow happens to be this particular ship. And so, quietly and unseen, a figure has been keeping tabs on this ship.
Very well. Not too often do you see an ironclad vessel, which is probably what has drawn your attention to this particular one, as it makes its way towards an area of this midland ocean that is mostly off limits, not because of any sort of law or restriction, but just out of good common sense. The Bitter Black Isles approach. And as the crew of the Iron Maiden sails towards them to hopefully find their quarry that is destroying cargo ships, The sea turns to a murky green, begins to get a little bit more rough. A faint and constant stench of rot and ozone hangs in the air. And it's as if all the joy in the world has been drowned and pulled into the depths of the ocean. The crew finds themselves miles, very few miles, off the shore of these bitter black isles, these 7 islands that stretch for about 300 miles, an archipelago. And each one is known to have its own quirks, its own operations. However, the captain is not keen on spending any time in the Bitter Black Isles, merely cutting through them on their way. I need... Yes, go ahead.
Are we close enough to actually see the islands, though?
You would be approaching your first one, yes. A few miles out, you'd be able to see land and know that this is based on your maps, that you're in the right spot.
Cutting through them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Moromir will call out from the nose of the ship. Land ho! Starboard bow!
The captain makes his adjustments accordingly. How many knots, Moromir?
45 degrees? Little more? Right there. Steady on.
All hands to your stations. Rough waters ahead. As the clouds begin to hang low and the seas begin to become more rough, I need all of you to make a skill check.
What kind of skill? We got lots of skill.
Kind of skill check.
Got all the
Whatever
skill.
skill check you think would be most suited to your job on this vessel. So for intimidate, I'm gonna scare these islands into submission. For a navigator, I don't know.
Based on what I was reading, I
survival
think
or
it's
nature.
survival.
Yeah, something along those lines. Somebody who is more into working rigging, make a strength check. Somebody who is more of a support role. I don't know, wisdom, something like that. Yeah.
I was gonna
Indra's
insight.
Indra's
Insight,
currently
yeah.
Indra's currently tying this guy up in the brig.
That's
Okay.
Or is that long past?
That's
we're-
past. At this point, we're
Okay,
a few hours
okay.
down. Yeah, things have changed.
Okay. All right.
So,
we're moving
start-
forward. Yeah.
starting from top to bottom. Top 3. What are you guys doing? .26 wisdom.
If I'm using Navigator's tools, which gives me double proficiency, do I utilize that?
Use that. Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
So, what are we doing?
I think I'm just gonna roll investigation because Indra is just pretty much gonna be going through, making sure, like, they're gonna check to see if Rogue is back, check in with them, but then go around, pretty much make sure everyone's in their places before going in and helping out wherever's needed. If anyone needs any extra hands.
All right, Vale.
Vale is good. Like has started walking back towards the kitchen to go get things in order, but at the smell of like everything shifting to just rot, she's going to stop before the doorway, take a turn, and look at the place before them. Oh, this is about to get bad. I can feel it in my bones and smell it in my nostrils.
Rogue, what are you doing as second mate? What do you mean wait? We are waiting on you. Yeah!
Sad, you do
Listen,
realize
I finally got told like 30 seconds ago what the frick was happening because it's glitchy as all get out, and I couldn't understand anything that was happening. I just got told what I'm doing.
You good, Mormir? No, I think maybe. Once you unmute your mic.
He's communing with his patron.
Yeah, whatever. Tomato, tomato.
All right, I turned it off.
Well, while Rogue is figuring out, Mormir, what are you doing? Navigator's tools?
Yes, nav tools for a 32. So he's right up there next to the captain. Right now, he's got a small little table.
Charting out a route. Okay.
Yeah.
Thad would be utilizing this time to get everybody's shots prepared on the cannons, making sure that should they be engaged, they are ready to respond immediately, and checking the angle of which the cannons are prepared at. And no, love, it needs to be up about 2 more degrees. All right, the island is about 300 yards out. We got to compensate. All right, use your noggin. You were given intellect for a reason, and that would be his contribution. So steady aim or careful aim in the ship's sense.
Okay.
Adelaide, though, normally would have been helping as the shift happens. That feeling, that uncomfortable feeling that she like only has ever felt in like dire situations, kind of like moves her closer to the edge of the ship, towards where the islands are. I rolled a 14 for insight.
Okay.
So she kind of like looks out and like just that feeling of this is not okay. And she can't even speak. It's kind of like this like almost like paralyzing.
And finally, well, Maro, are you on this ship? You're not on this ship? Spy. Spy.
Interesting.
Don't worry about it.
Rogue. I have no context for why I'm making this kind of a role pertaining to my job, but I found something via little bits of context I picked up on thus far. Everyone seems to be on edge. So as everybody's kind of, I don't know if it's like getting battle stations ready or what's happening, but Rogue would be bouncing around, doing last minute checks, making sure everything is running as efficiently as possible, double checking all of the rigging.
And we lost Rogue.
No.
No! All right, everybody, clap once.
Boogada boogada, shugada woogada.
Okay, well, you know what?
I believe in fairies. I believe
I
in
do!
fairies.
I do!
I do believe in fairies. I do.
Well, we are all prepared.
So,
How does the island treat us?
as you all make your way forward through this, everyone doing their job, making the small adjustments that need be on command, working really well cohesively as a team, you pick up speed and head towards these islands. Well charted passage through. As you come to the first string, this first island is perpetually blanketed in a thick swirling mist that obscures vision and disorients travelers. But with the crew working, the navigator doing very well at their job, and everyone else supporting those directional decisions, you make it past. And a while longer, you come to another island. Anyone familiar with the Magisterium would know that this island is used for the Magisterium's purposes. It was charted a long time ago, and it is a prison known as the Isle of Torment. A desolate island of unending suffering and anguish. Rocky shores littered with bones. And the air is thick with the sound of mournful wails and tormented cries. Here these cursed souls wander, trapped in torment, while entities feast on their anguish. A punishment fitting those who have committed atrocities using magic. Sailing past this one, coming to the next an hour or so later. A foul stench hangs heavy in the air on this pestilent island. This is where the smell of rot and decay is coming from, but you smelt it miles and miles away. Fourth island approaches. I need everyone to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, snap.
The D20?
Mm-hmm. And add your Constitution modifier.
Is it saving throw?
Yep.
$14.
A slutty 20 for Thaddeus.
Oh, yes.
As slutty as they come.
Okay. Are those Constitution saving throws in the chat? Okay, perfect. Vale and Adelaide, you'll be taking all of this. The rest of you will be taking half.
Oh.
18 points of psychic damage.
Oh.
As wails and screams. Yes, go ahead.
Oh, never mind. I don't believe I'd be able to do this with my reaction. So because it's psychic damage. So the crew's pretty much all kind of together. No, they're not. Never mind. Just nix that.
Go ahead. I mean, you don't get what you don't ask for.
Okay, well, I do have this reaction called Guardian Coil, where anytime like a tentacle would appear in anyone within 10 feet, they end up taking 2d8 less of damage.
Okay, yeah. You could position yourself around other crew members or the people that we have playing here. So,
key personnel.
Yeah.
Would she have time like to sense like this incoming like?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say so. Go for it.
All right.
This is an ability you have. I want you to be able to use them, and if this is the case where you want to use it,
Is this magic? Like a spell or something?
It's
no, not
reaction.
you, not you.
Oh.
The attack that is coming, the psychic thing that's coming.
It is not.
Gotcha.
So upon just kind of sensing this incoming doom, Indra is just gonna who all Indra is currently kind of just on the deck. Who all is on deck right now? Like with
Probably
his
be
sight?
the whole crew at this
Yeah,
point.
I think we've all managed to
Yeah,
get deck.
it's all hands on deck at this point, making the small sail adjustments and manning swivel cannons and harpoons. Yeah.
Okay. Upon like just being part of like living by the ocean and in the ocean for a very long time and just kind of again feeling this incoming doom, she just immediately goes, "Something's coming!" And you kind of just see these like her tattoos begin to glow as these wisps of tentacles wrap around her arms, and this large tentacle suddenly appears, and it will kind of take on, they will kind of glow like it's been hit with an impact of something. And I'm going to reduce the amount of psychic damage by 2d8. And this is a reaction I can use as long as I have a reaction. So I can use this as many times as I would like.
So pick 2 people and go ahead and apply that to them.
Okay. Who is closest, you would say? I'm guessing probably Rogue. But Rogue is not here currently. But I will say Endor probably would be helping around like Rogue has, just keeping hands on. Or if anyone needed help, Endor would probably be near that individual.
Yeah. I won't like penalize Rogue for like power outages and crappy internet. So when they if they come back, that damage is not going to be applied to them. I'm not going to do that. So yeah, just the people that we have around here, just pick 2 of them. Doesn't really matter. Just whoever you think would make the most sense. And reduce that damage.
I'd probably say Vale, I'm guessing, is probably in the kitchen, so it or near the kitchen.
I'm like in the doorway. I stopped before I was walking in, but still on deck, but like was heading that direction.
I'm on deck closer to the edge of the ship, facing the islands.
All right, where's Thad?
He's doing his thing on the guns on deck as well.
Okay. I'm just gonna try and center this as close as I can to as whoever is to within close proximity of 10 feet, because they have to be within 10 feet of this tentacle.
Okay.
And sorry, let me double check the amount of health. So I'm guessing probably Vale, and it probably be Thad if Adelaide is more towards the front. Fuck. Sorry, I'm trying to. There's so much shit I have to read through. How are there so many things?
Because it's spell casting. You can't just go punch stuff.
You know what the worst part is? You typed all of it.
I didn't type all of it. Wait. Okay, here we go. It's 2d8. All right. So that is 4 and 7. So that's
11.
9,
Reduce
11.
Damage
So
by 11.
Yeah, damage is reduced by 11. So that would be how much?
Okay. So those that failed to save,
18 full.
So 18 full. And then those who are under the protection of Indra would be taking 7.
Right.
Or no, because reduced to half.
It would be 9
halved.
damage.
9, so reduced to 11. Yeah, so it wouldn't be taking any damage. You are correct.
Vale passed the save, correct?
Let's see. Yes.
Yeah.
No, Vale did not pass the save.
Oh.
So
Really
we reduced to 7. Yeah, from 18 to 7. So that's a lot better.
And I'm taking the full 18?
Full 18, yes.
I'm sorry. If you were closer, I would have.
Takes no damage.
Okay.
And Indra takes no damage. Fuck yeah.
Look at that.
Would you just look at it?
You know, I see something like the situation here, and you know what I say? Just look at it.
Would you look at that? Just look at it.
Just look at it.
Okay.
I don't roll again, right?
No. Let's see. As you all pass a little bit closer, the shores of this island denote labyrinthine caves, and which is amplifying this screeching sound that is coming out of them. As you pass on by to the next one, a powerful sorrow begins to descend as it hangs heavy over the island and the ship that is in proximity to it. You could swear you hear the cries of grieving. I need everyone to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Motherfucker.
Oh, yes. Nat 20 for a 28.
Oh no.
That'll be a nat 1.
Oh no.
You just see a floating body in the ocean.
And I gotta go make another character. I'll be right back.
It's just the number from the roll, or also from the wisdom thing on the.
So your saving throws.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. So your saving throws.
Where's the
So whatever you roll plus your saving throw.
So
Saving throws would be
so-
right underneath the.
Your ability score.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I feel crazy right now. Also +2, so 7.
7.
Nice. Whoa, shit. Alrighty. We're in danger.
We're in danger.
So Indra, you
Yes.
feel this impulse pull towards you.
Sirens.
This desire to find and console this mourning person.
Oh no!
As you lean over the side momentarily, your mind comes back to you as you push off and resist this effect. However, Thad, Adelaide, you are all compelled to get in the water.
Oh boy.
No.
Oof.
How do you
Can you
say
hear
your
them?
character's name, Victor? I don't want to get it wrong.
Marao.
Marao.
Morale.
Marao,
Meow.
your interest in the ship has disappeared. And instead, the destination that calls to you is this island. For some reason, there is something or someone there that you lost.
and you have to find them.
Heartbeats of sirens.
Everyone make me a perception check, except Marao.
You're a perception check.
Hey.
It'll buff out.
Ah!
It always buffs out.
It'll buff out. That just wants to console.
Question, DM. Is this a manic compulsion to get into the water, or is this more like, oh, I want to get over there. I really do want to get over there really bad. Let me get this rowboat and get in the water.
What do you mean by manic compulsion? Like just drop everything and like drone off the side?
Correct.
Okay. I would say be right in the middle of those two.
Okay.
So there, you get this idea in your head, and your body begins to do it. There will be a chance to make another save before you go over the side, but that is currently where you're heading. Now, it's not going to make you be like, I can't do anything else, but it will be the thing that's like when you're excited to do something, but you have to do something else first. You're like, okay, cool, done. I'm gonna go do this now.
Gotcha.
Like, that's the sort of thing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then, in that case, Moramir is headed towards one of the lifeboats and is attempting to lower it.
Okay.
He cannot swim.
Okay.
He's a very heavy minotaur.
Oh dear God.
Let's see, Vale. Okay, is that your perception check, Vale, or your wisdom saved?
Oh, that was
The 18.
Wait a minute. 18 was perception, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your wisdom save? Sorry. Oh, 28. Never mind.
What
That's
was the
why I was
28?
like, oh, yeah. You're fine.
Good. Online dice are nice to me tonight.
As 3 of these individuals that are part of the, what I would say, commanding part of the crew begin to dismiss their immediate duties and begin to make their ways towards Moramir, towards the lifeboat, beginning to untie it, to drop it into the water. Thad moving across the vessel, Adelaide leaning a little bit more over the side. You notice in the water a quick-moving, swimming humanoid making its way towards the island as well. I need those who failed to make me one more wisdom saving throw.
I would say while Moramir is untying this boat, he's just mumbling to himself, part of the ship, part of the crew, part of the ship, part of the crew.
After Indra snaps out of this, does she take notice of anyone else? Like,
Yeah.
What was your perception check for the
22?
22? Yeah, you would notice the individual in the water, but also your crew members kind of, after you compose yourself a little bit, being a little bit more.
Oh no, somebody requires my attention and
I
needs to
will-
be told.
Bad.
I will say she immediately runs past that, and seeing Adelaide literally leaning over the edge, like, and probably, I believe Indra would probably be closer to Adelaide, considering she also almost was compelled to go off the edge. She's immediately going to try and grapple Adelaide.
Okay.
To prevent her from going off. And
Then
and call out her name, if that would help her like snap out of it at all.
Yeah. So go ahead and make that wisdom save with advantage, since Indra is helping you. Thad, unfortunately,
that's me.
Indra ran right past you.
Can I'm obviously in the back. Are they close to me? He's out. Go.
Oh no, somebody requires a shoulder to cry on. I'm coming, dear.
This individual is off the side of the ship.
I would say the way that he does it, he just his tall figure, very tall, slender figure, steps up onto the railing, just does a little gymnastic pose before swan diving into the water below. He's gonna be upset that his hair's wet, but you know, he's more. Somebody needs to be consoled, and Thad's gonna be that one to do so.
I am the one.
Did I need to roll again, or was the one I did fine?
Yeah, so it's at advantage. So you would roll twice and take the higher. So if roll one more time, and if this one is higher than the last one, then we use that one instead.
21.
Beautiful.
Yeah, look at you.
Indra pulls you back
I
and
live.
kind of gets your senses back around you.
Snap out of it,
Mortimer,
darling. Come on.
What was your wisdom save? Is it a nat 1?
Me?
Mortimer.
12.
12. Oh, there it is. Sorry. I did not see that. I didn't scroll down far enough.
I nearly went over,
Mortimer,
didn't I?
You are
Almost.
in the boat and have let go, dropped into the water. The captain at this point is shouting. Go ahead and make that wisdom save at advantage.
This is what I get for being a slut.
That's just backstroking, like la 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 la.
I mean, there's room in the boat.
There's room in the boat.
Doing what makes you happy.
Don't rock the boat.
While they're going for that, can I make a move to try to rescue Thad?
Yes.
Okay.
Thad, does a 17 hit?
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Does this compulsion require lower my defenses in any shape or form? Like if I see an attack coming, am I able to react to it?
You're able to react. I would say it'd be like disadvantage on like dexterity.
Oh, it's not necessarily like a dexterity check or anything. I have the feat Defensive Duelist that allows me to add my proficiency bonus to my AC should I see an attack coming my way.
Does he see the attack coming his way?
That's what I'm.
He's also with social.
Roll me a d20.
Okay.
You decide something.
That's a 14 that I rolled.
Okay. I would say, based on the compulsion, you've entered the water. It is a very cold shock.
Mm-hmm.
And as you keep your awareness of the space you're in, you don't really care too much that it's cold or that it's water. The compulsion doesn't quite take care of the fact that your hair is wet, so you're a little bothered about that. But looking down, you see this female form begin to make its way fast towards you as you are kind of just splashed into the water, face down, looking down. So yes, you would see this attacking coming.
Okay, so that being said, he would use his reaction Defensive Duelist to increase his AC from a 16 to a 20 to defend against this attack.
Okay.
that burns its reaction. I have no other recourse at this time. Have at thee.
Okay. So 23
Definitely hits.
Okay.
Yep. Owie.
Water slap.
10 points of slashing damage. I need you to make a strength check for me.
Oh boy.
There's sharks in the water.
Baby,
So,
there's a shark.
What is this, a strength saving throw or an athletics?
Athletics, grappled.
Good thing I took expertise in athletics.
The slashing damage. Maybe he'll get a haircut.
Shit. Does a 14 work?
Let me see. Their strength. Oof, their strength is terrible. Yes, it does, because that's a 15 minus 2.
Barely! Fucking barely!
Thad, you've always been curious about stories of sirens and hoped to one day meet one, woo one, see what it's about. even.
Right. Can we talk about this?
Maybe not so much anymore. I'll leave that to you.
But you were excited about the sirens.
Vale,
Oh
you
my-
said you wanted to help them.
I would. Yes, I am going to get a rope, and if they're still seeming like they're, have they broken the spell? Are they now like conscious? They're not.
So as you're gathering the rope, you're like, Thad's gone overboard. I got to do something. You grab the rope, get to the edge of the ship, and you see Thad just splashing for his life with something in the water. There's these claws and hands that try to wrap around him and pull him under. He disappears for a moment. He slips out, comes back up for air, and these it's like eels in the water just splashing at this point.
I'm about to pull a John Smith. I'm going to take a secured rope and tie it around my waist, and I am going to dive in after him and try to get to him.
Okay.
Smash.
He does care about me.
Like, really? Smash.
Aw. Part of the ship,
Does an
part of the crew.
18 hit?
I mean,
There's another one! There's more than one!
it definitely hits. Most certainly. Definitely, yeah.
Worse than sharks in the water. It's fucking sirens.
10
Yummy.
points of
It's a Gryffindor.
slashing damage,
Yeah.
and I need you to make an athletics check.
All right, come on. Oh, good. I don't trust the online dice have been too good. It's time to switch up the game. Hold on. Watch me mess myself up over this. Hold on.
Yeah.
What'd you get? Some lemon.
I got a 2 minus 2, so 0.
Oh
So
my
as
god!
you dive into the water, at this point there are 3 or 4. It's hard to count. They're moving fast, and you dive in direct for your target. Latch onto Thad. Take a couple swipes, maybe to the back or arm. Do you have anybody to pull you up? At this point, probably some of the crew. If you had told anybody that you were going overboard or man overboard or something, then
Hopefully.
I will say Indra would probably, once Adelaide is fine, she'd be making around seeing if anybody else is, fucking jumping ship.
you
And-
see,
Yeah, I think they both would have run
you
up
see
and grabbed
Vale.
the rope.
Yeah, you see Vale just dart in front of you, just and straight in.
Yeah, Indra and Adelaide would be pulling Vale and Thad in, just
It would have been like a scramble to get up on our feet and then just grab the rope right before.
Okay, so Indra and Adelaide, make me strength checks for this.
Okay.
How close am I in the water to this rope?
Where's this boat?
At this point, you'd be in the water, and the spell would have broken on you with your save. Give me 1 second.
We got the same number.
Wait, would it be a strength or an athletics check?
Just strength. Yeah, you're pulling.
Okay. Yeah, I got a +3 in athletics, but fucking -1 in strength.
Yeah, -1 in strength, the same.
Okay. Perfect.
Oh, look at us, twinsies! I love it.
Yeah.
Without much of a problem, you pull these two out. Veil attached to the rope, and Thad attached to Veil.
Damsel in distress, Carrie.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
I swear you are going to be the death of me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey, I never noticed the color of your eyes this close before.
She's literally, as they get up, and if she's like up and like walked herself up to and pulled over as they pulled it, just goes, same color they've always been, sweetheart, and just drops him and like just walks on.
I think both Adelaide and Indra would be looking at Vale very like, damn.
Definitely. Like, watching Vale walk away, Endra's gonna turn back to Thad and just go, I know how much you probably want to sleep with the sirens, but this probably isn't the best time. Get up.
Yeah, I think I strapped teeth. That was a
There's a reason they call it sleeping with the fishes.
Mormir, at this point, you've lowered yourself. You've lowered yourself just above the water, and have had the presence of mind to hold on to the rope just as you kind of came to. Otherwise, when you drop, the ship moves forward and the boat stays put. What do you want to do with that?
Momo, come back up. Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I gotta make a roll. Ooh. That's an 8.
For what?
I'm rolling for his between his fear and his anger for being ensorcelled and being in the water. He's gonna go into a rage and then attempt to try and pull himself hastily back up onto the ship.
Yeah.
Just one forceful tug.
Yeah. Pull it down, bowline on a bite in like one swift.
Well, I empath the wild magic, so I need you to roll on the wild magic table.
Oh. Okay.
Ooh.
Roll me a D100 then.
D100.
Explosive and magical.
Yeah. He's a spicy.
Get a magic show at the climax. I'm all for it. Let's go.
Question, Chris. Who would be in the line of fire of Moromir if a spell were to be cast?
Uh-oh.
He's on the side of the ship right now.
It's on the side of the ship. Depends on the spell, honestly.
Fireball. Boom. 94. We're all getting
What's that?
What's a 94 do?
94.
Your size increases by 1 size category for the next minute.
So,
oh my god!
So a big Moromir. So over the side of the ship.
The big horny man.
You see
extra tall, dark, and horny. Hello.
You see the ropes on the side of the ship start to smoke as he is rapidly pulling himself up, and as his horns crest the edge of the ship, it just suddenly just and just gets huge, and the ship probably like rocks a little bit because now he's twice his weight.
Whew. Yeah. Yep. It definitely leans a little bit.
Quite a rage you have there.
Ooh, the fantasies running through my head.
Who the fuck ensorcelled me?
Who has some cold water
going
thrown
on?
bad?
We can throw him in the ocean again.
No, the sirens will eat him.
That might be a good thing.
Sirens, where? What sirens?
Oh, yes, Momo. There are sirens down below. Tell me, are you feeling all right? You seem a little engorged.
Try
Moromir
not to
will
embarrass yourself.
crouch down right in front of Thad and like snort in his face, where like giant tidal wave of hot air goes in front of his face. Don't ever call me Momo.
Hey, I'm inclined to find out if I do.
Why would you challenge him?
Oh, because they have daddy issues, dear.
I wasn't
Marao.
talking to you.
If I read correctly earlier, you made your wisdom save.
Who?
Marao. Yes.
Did
As it breaks, you instinctively find some kelp to obstruct yourself in as you see this individual plummet into the ocean and begin to get swarmed by these individuals.
Fucking what?
The
Now,
sirens. Do that.
your interest is your own, and the ship continues. What would you like to do?
Fireball.
Who sent you?
Fishy. Twin spell
sent you?
fireball.
okay, bear with me because I pretty much made this character right before I joined.
Let me just throw it together.
Here, here.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm seeing, who is it? Thad? Is it Thad? Is it Moromir?
It was
Thad.
Thad was in the water, yeah.
Okay. And now I'm seeing just a bunch of creatures
Mm-hmm.
just swarming about.
You would recognize them as sirens, yes.
Of course, I figured that much. Okay.
Anybody want to do some fishing?
Not in these
There
waters.
are harpoons.
Don't you dare make me go back in for you. She like just gives him one of these.
Somebody please tie a rope to him. I don't trust it.
At the mention of fishing, I think
As he swings
Moromir
a
was
rope.
How
How
many
many
creatures am I looking at over here?
3.
3.
Adelaide, I think he'd enjoy that too much.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Let him
Sir-
make his
sir-
own stupid decision.
Sir DM,
Mm-hmm.
we love science here, right?
Absolutely.
Like
Science
you
lovers.
know, we're science lovers. We love the concept of like we love science. We love Pokemon. We love Pikachu fighting a water Pokemon because we know the advantages of
Blastoise.
Pikachu's
Yeah.
abilities, right? And by
Mhm.
advantages, I mean his scowl.
Smash.
So
Thunderbolt.
not too pleased about the sirens daring to put some of their suggestive singing onto him and seeing them swimming about. Marao's staff swirls in front of him and he points in the direction of these creatures as he casts lightning bolt.
Woohoo.
So I'm
Okay.
gonna need them to give me dex saving throws.
Is a 10, a
Oh, God.
4, and a 13.
Well, that's too bad for them.
That
That's
is
like
too
really, it's like really bad for them.
Roast them.
Like bad. Like, you know,
Haze them.
because that's gonna be a total of 41 points of lightning damage.
Oh,
Got 'em all.
shit.
God damn!
And you know,
Goddamn.
I don't know how you want to play the concept that they're in water.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
Oh.
salt water.
Shut up.
Makes me
You wanted science, okay? I'm just bringing science to the table.
salt
Listen,
water is
Only
more
beneficial science.
There and yeah, and it is
Saltwater is more
conducive.
productive,
That's
isn't
what I'm
it?
saying. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Yeah.
You said it like it was a bad thing.
Saltwater's not
So-
productive, but
Assumptions, Taylor. What did we talk about?
Listen,
It's hard for me to read tone.
As Vale dives in,
Fried siren.
grabs Thad, and they get pulled out. As soon as they leave the surface of the water up the side, this lightning bolt from probably 30 feet off the side
water.
of the vessel inside just, and it just explodes up the side, and siren parts begin to rain down onto the side of the vessel, onto the deck.
not the sashimi.
I believe
The head
more.
lands right in front of Thad.
Yes.
That's unfortunate.
As
If
the
I-
parts are rated. Go ahead.
if I may, can I make it so that they are actually not shredded to pieces, but rather completely just knocked unconscious and just float down?
Non-lethal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Marao wouldn't for the sake of Earth roamers destroy sirens just for the heck of it.
Very well. Yeah.
It
I
would
just
be
figured
more.
with
It would
82
just.
points of damage.
It was the definite.
it
I
would be
mean,
violent.
I was
Yeah.
like ready for the slaughter.
like at best, he would like it would be the
Yeah.
thing where like they get stunned and they probably would just like slowly make their way at the bottom of the ocean. Like maybe Morale like wakes
Yeah.
one of them up, and it's just that thing of like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Non-lethal
Beautifully perfect.
lightning damage. How delightful.
I
Buzz
told you,
TikTok
science.
I believe Moromir, upon grabbing the harpoon and then hearing the crackle of energy through the air striking the water, he would have like the harpoon half raised, like, oh,
He's ready to go fishing.
Indra did see the individual swimming in the water. Would she have noticed that that was not a siren, or?
You saw the siren.
Yes, this
swimming
one
up to
looked
that.
different than the other ones. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so Indra, upon like everyone, the whole crew's on deck, Indra is now currently very much seeking and looking out into the ocean, especially in the direction of where that lightning came from.
What do your elf eyes see?
Oh my gosh.
Actually, let me look
Oh,
up
we asked
something
him.
real quick. Yeah, they're bipedal. Yeah.
Anybody else getting hot?
Go ahead, go ahead and roll a perception check for me, and Marao, if you wish to be seen or hidden, go ahead and make that roll as well. Not a perception, but stealth.
That is a 23. You're muted.
Even
great
if he
picture.
tried, he wouldn't be able to not be seen. But I don't know that he would be trying to hide. He probably
At
would
that
have
point.
had that moment of like, shooing the sirens away. And it would be a moment where maybe even like his head looks up in the water, and if like Indra is looking down, it would just suddenly see this like two sort of like yellowish eyes from under the surface, just looking back up.
All right.
Merman smash.
Mm.
Aquaman.
Oh, thinking it too.
How far off are we from
Our quarry?
this individual?
From this individual, I'd say they are. What would you say? Are they perpendicular to the ship or parallel?
I mean, wherever the sirens were,
so off the side.
He probably would be a little where the sirens were, a little lower, like a little deeper down.
Okay. Yeah. So if he's going where the sirens were, it'd be like 10 or 15 feet off the left side of the ship.
Okay. Then you are going to kind of see her take this staff as the end of it glows, and she is going to use some of the levels in her staff to not expend a spell slot. And I'm going to need Mario to make a wisdom saving throw.
Mario.
Just call me Mario.
Sorry. How do you pronounce it?
Marao.
Oh, Marao.
Marao. My bad.
Or for layman's terms, Mario.
I'm channeling the Grendel still on Thursday.
What level spell is this?
This is a 5th level spell.
Fifth level spell.
Yes.
Counter spell.
Can't spare.
How do you make an ability check using spellcasting ability?
You roll a d20
Oh,
as your
right.
spellcasting modifier.
Oh. And you said I have to make a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah, wisdom save.
What's the DC?
16.
That's a 17.
Ah, damn. All right. Upon that, Indra is just going to let out a whistle and call over to Mormir and Thad, and just going to point out in the direction and pretty much just be like, "Oi! We're coming for you!"
You there off the starboard bow. Identify yourself.
I believe they are underwater. It's gonna sound travels kind of differently once it reverberates off the surface of the water. We're gonna have to go down to meet him, or
Just
throw down a net.
Slowly turns to
Yes.
stare at Thad.
Yes, Daddy Momo. Whatever. I'll be quiet.
Adelaide hears them shouting and walks over and spots him as well. Looks over to Indra's like, is that who shot the lightning?
I would imagine so, but guess we can find out. And on that, Indra is going to immediately just dive into the water.
Vale has her rope and watching somebody else go overboard goes,
It's the sea elf.
it's a
the
day.
sea elf.
Started with
Day.
peppers, ended with bodies. Now people are floating in the water. Why am I
haven't.
And I just carries the rope and toddles away over there, tightening it around her. and like looks at them. Here, sweet cheeks, you hold this for me, and like looks over, just like waiting, prepared if she needs to go jump in after somebody again.
Wait, Cookie. Don't we have a fucking net on this ship, or are we just that unprepared today?
She smacks him on the side. You know what? That's a real sharp idea. I like that. And like looks around for a net.
Absolutely, you can find a net.
A fishing net.
Yep.
Real men.
Look at that. All right. Hopefully, Indra has the wits about her to, maybe grapple the individual, and then we can rope them both up. Yeah, and then make it easier on ourselves.
Well, if they're the one who threw the lightning, they might not be that easy to grapple.
So Indra dives in the water, and this figure just sort of, as you go under, you see them. They're just floating, just staring at you, unreadable. They don't
Indra
seem to be
is not-
aggressive, but they're not.
Indra is not going to approach aggressively, but she is going to keep her wits about her, probably stay about a good 10 feet and just, well, I'd say probably about like 5 feet. And she still has her staff in one hand as she's treading water with her feet, just staring right back at this individual and goes, "Are you following us?"
Are you speaking underwater?
Seals, I believe, can speak underwater.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't remember
Yeah.
that it was sea elf. My bad.
I'm a water gal.
She's a water type.
I mean, you're seeing a Triton in front of you, so yeah.
Triton! Ooh, Captain Bragg! Captain Bragg in the...
Kind of makes me wish I brought Lorelai in, but oh well, it's fine.
Oh.
But again, Andrea's just gonna ask, so, "You're following us?" And he just nods.
Mm-hmm.
May I ask why?
Where ships go, tragedy often follows.
Oh dear God, it's speaking in riddles. Okay. Look. Dear God. Indra at this point is going to look at this individual and she goes, "Are you going to cause any trouble? Are you in need of any help? Or are you just sitting here to watch disaster strike?"
The sirens struck you. I sent them away.
Jesus Christ, this guy's a fucking weirdo.
Indra,
weird.
What's going on over there?
Indra at this point, Jesus Christ.
Anyways, about my outfit.
Indra is going to sigh and how long have you been following us?
4 days.
And you are following us because disaster strikes or follow ships, you said?
Yes.
Who sent you to follow ships?
No one. I follow the tides. I protect the ocean.
Do you think we should go help her? She doesn't come back up.
I don't know. She can breathe underwater, so I who knows how long a sea elf can breathe underwater.
To be fair, we're looking at a bunch of fish here. I say we just toss this net and bring them in regardless.
Indra at this point is going to just kind of sigh and goes, well, if you're going to follow us, I'd rather keep an eye on you. Would you care to join me on the ship?
We have snacks.
Might be much safer than you having to follow us.
You see him consider it for a moment, his head looking up through the water at the ship.
Thad just leaning over.
You got one hell of a... Jesus Christ.
And then you see as he begins to ascend toward the surface.
There we go.
As he casts Water Walk. And he casts Alter Self. And so the people above, as his body basically starts emerging inch by inch from the water, his body automatically starts shifting to look like a human. And his skin is no longer greenish blue, but rather tan skin. His hair now looks like braided in long black hair. And his eyes are the only thing that remain with yellow irises, as his figure now seems to be human-like, but literally walking on water.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's just standing on the surface, looking up at the group that is looking over the edge of the ship.
Indra reaches the surface. She's going to whistle out to Vale to throw down the rope. And as she's doing so, she is going to turn and look at the Triton and just insight check him, see if there's any just weird vibes. Vibe check. Straight vibe check.
I trust him.
Jesus
I trust him so much he can bunk with me.
Is she bringing him back?
Thad, maybe I'll spend some alone time with your thoughts.
A 14 plus 4 for a 18.
What are you looking for?
Just to see if there's anything disingenuous, if he is deeming any sort of a threat or hidden agenda, really.
Malicious intent.
To the best of your ability, Indra, this is probably a figure that could potentially be frustrating because you don't sense anything. Like, there's not like ill intent. There doesn't seem to be a good intent. They seem unreadable. There's just this neutrality to them.
All right. Indra still is going to want them to come up because she'd rather be able to keep an eye on them instead of them just like fucking following the ship. And they don't want, a lightning bolt through the ship whenever this individual deems convenient. So
He'll be fine.
he'll buff out. But yeah, she'll call down to Vale and ask him to throw down the rope so we can pull up the individual.
Okay, and then Vale.
All right.
So Vale's going to hand the other side of the net to Thad and then go, get the other side to Adelaide. We're going to get the biggest throw we can. And then everybody push off at once, trying to get it as close to him as possible.
Once the net's there, she's just going to kind of grab onto it and to hang off the side and turn to not Mario. I'm sorry.
Marau.
Okay, Marau. Okay, I got that. All right, sorry about that. It'll take me a few times, I promise you. I will get it by the end of this one shot.
You good.
Morale.
Arar.
But, and she's just gonna kind of hang off the edge, or hanging off the side of the net and turning to Morale to see if he is going to do the same.
Yeah. He's following.
All right. We pull the board.
As
Do
you
you have a name?
all... Sorry.
Oops.
No, go ahead.
Marao.
Well, Morale,
Okay.
I hope you don't mind. We're gonna have to put you in the brig for a little bit till we can kind of figure out.
Oh, that's not
a bit
necessary. He
more
can
about
bunk
you.
with. He can bunk with me.
Shut up, Thad.
Oh,
Great.
the stars.
We would just like to get to know you a little bit more, not in the way Thad is saying.
To be fair, there's been a lot of deaths on this ship lately, so gotta be a little bit cautious.
All the more reason for him to stay with me.
Mainly
So you can die.
while they're happening.
Moramir, Thad, Val, do you mind taking him to the brigs? I'm gonna go notify the captain of this.
Well, good point. We should, consult with Captain first before we make any final decisions.
Moramir steps forward, still with the harpoon in hand, and as he steps forward, he shrinks as the rage is ending, and so is the wild magic. And he just brandished the harpoon at him. Move.
Are you pointing the harpoon at me?
You could cut the
I'm
tension
sorry,
from me.
my beautiful friend. They're a little uptight right now. We just discovered several members of our crew perished. I promise they won't bite too hard. For me, on the other hand, I might, take a nibble or two.
We might cook you up for dinner because we're running low on food, but it's fine. We were getting them to the captain, yeah? Is that
Yes,
what we're
let's
to
go
now?
let's go talk to Captain.
Everyone here is really nice. It's just, the murders. They got us all on edge.
As you guys are discussing this, we have this person. They're on board. We need to figure out what to do with them. Get them in the brig. Take them to captain. Different things going on. You hear up in the topsails, in the rigging, you hear a shout from your bosun, Rogue, that just says, "Brace!" And as they say this, a large wave hits the side of the ship, which doesn't move it. This is a very steady vessel. What does move it is a large from below.
Attack.
And then gone.
What was that? The wave. It wasn't the wave.
Well, sure as hell wasn't good, so I think we gotta get to our stations.
At this point, the vessel is kind of swaying back and steadying itself again, as off the starboard side, another wave begins to commence. And Rogue again, "Brace again!"
Indra would have fucking turned around at this point and started going back up as soon as the fucking shit was happening.
I would say the moment that the brace and the hit happened, Marao jumped off back into the water because of harpoon and pointing at him and the mention of a brick.
Okay.
And he's now underwater trying to look at whatever the hell is causing the situation.
Adelaide would run to try to make sure that the guns and the cannons were all secure, since the ship's rocking back and forth.
Absolutely. The guns are secure. However, as you make your way downstairs, there is a small crack that is beginning to leak water. Not terrible. Fixable.
Okay, fixable. Oh no. Okay. Do what happened?
Let's see.
Okay.
Marao, as you leap in, you've seen one of these before. You know that there is a large leviathan that goes by the name of Derma. This is a small offspring of that. It's known as a whale-eater leviathan,
Smash.
a type of sea dragon. And it seems to be upset at this vessel. Its large cranium rivals the ramming metal of this vessel. And a few more hits would probably begin to do some very severe damage. However, being who you are, you notice that this behavior isn't completely aggressive. If it was, the first hit should have been enough to partially take out even this ironclad vessel.
Marao is actually going to use the fact that he's an emissary of the sea, which allows creatures with a swimming speed to comprehend him, to call out to the Leviathan and say, "Peace, friend. What rattles your rage on this vessel? They have not much for you."
Are they able to respond to this, or simply you are
Unfortunately,
able to
I'm
reach
not
out?
able to understand them with that particular spell, but
Okay.
I could use, I guess.
They can understand the meaning of your words, though they have no special ability to understand them in return. You have no ability to understand them. So he can the creature understands him. He just doesn't know whether or not if he's viable.
So as it's swimming back for the second hit on the starboard side, you hear it, and it changes its course down, around, and to the back of the ship, and gently nudges it forward before it swims underneath and in front of it.
Follow, look at that. Ooh.
I don't like it.
Me neither.
I will seduce the dragon.
So when Marao sees this and sees the nudge, he has a moment where he seems to understand, and then he starts swimming toward the surface. And as he reaches the surface and he exits his body with all the strength of his swimming, he uses his tempestuous magic, which allows a gust of air to actually elevate him and allow him to fly for a few moments, as he just basically flies and then lands back on the ship. And he just looks at the group as he points in the direction where the Leviathan went. "It wants you to follow."
Indra would have probably appeared on the deck at this point, probably just seeing Morale jump back on and just kind of going through just any damages, what's going on. And then as soon as Morale expresses what's happening, Indra's going to look out at the water and try and see if what Morale is saying is true. And try to assess it. Probably also sending Rogue to go fix any damages that are going on and to help Adelaide or whoever is working on that situation.
Adelaide, after seeing the crack, had run upstairs and called for Rogue to come and help. Also, that there was a crack in the ship.
So that crack is being fixed. Very good.
Beautiful.
You there, strange one. This creature wants us to follow. I've hunted a few monsters in my time. If that creature wanted us dead, we would be. Against my better judgment, we follow.
Aye, sir.
Aye, Captain.
Hi, Captain.
Everyone gets
Indra
in their
will-
positions. Go ahead.
Okay. Indra is going to walk up to Morale and go, "We won't put you in the brig. You seem to be very knowledgeable of the sea, but if you cause any issues for my captain's crew, don't make me regret allowing you on this ship. Do you
Don't worry
understand?"
about that. I'll keep close attentiveness to our guest here, make sure he's comfortable. And he's not.
Jesus fucking Christ, that.
I'm being hospitable. It's not uncalled for.
Well, then fine. Have fun. And she's going to just walk away and let him go about his fucking antics as she is now going to focus on what the direction that this monster wants to lead us to and see where it's going.
Very well.
Would you like to see my ladies?
Can I use a combination or singular between the cartographer's tools and the navigator's tools to see if I can determine where it is we're going?
Yeah, absolutely.
You want me to do both?
Can I use the help action for him, considering I'm also efficient in navigator's tools and kind of also doing something similar?
Yeah, you're kind of saying like you're keeping an eye on this beast as best you can through the water. It is kind of breaching every now and then to make sure that you know where it is. And yeah, absolutely give your help action. And as far as that's concerned, sure, use both of them.
Use okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was 3, so thank you for the help action. 3 it is.
3 it is.
That is a 16.
16. Best you can tell, you're headed to the next island in this strip of Bitter Black Isles. A semi-dormant volcano that slowly drips magma to the surface. However, once you reach within 2 miles of this visible volcano, the smell of obsidian and sulfuric gases, you make about a 45-degree turn out to sea. And off in the distance, and ever getting closer, is a swirling storm, seemingly self-contained, as thunder and lightning pulse in the distance. As you approach and get closer, you feel the wind, the breeze coming off of this as it swirls the ocean around. This beast one last time breaches and then descends into the storm.
Are we supposed to keep following?
I mean, the maps don't lie.
Does it look like there is something like as it's descending? Does it look like there's like something underneath where like, it's going underneath something like an underwater cave or?
No, this looks
Or is
like
it just disappearing into the storm?
open ocean. It's probably just avoiding the storm as best as possible.
Okay.
That would be the intuition, I suppose, from that.
Are there reefs nearby?
If it descended, I don't think they'd be reefs. There'd be reefs.
Well, if we're headed towards the island,
We're out. No, we're out in the open ocean.
Away, yeah. So you headed towards the island and then back out
And
to
pivoted.
open
Okay.
sea. Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
We circumvented the storm that's centralized.
Yeah. So you skipped the last island that is in this string of them. You got to one and then pivoted off to one side, which is where the storm is at. Yeah.
Okay. Thought we were headed for the last.
So we're circumventing it. All right. All right. Well,
so
Momo, where are we going?
This is so strange.
Where is this creature taking us?
You see a conscious effort for him to not go into another rage again. Vein just pulsing in his temple.
Smash.
Oh, where are we going, DM?
Wherever you would like to. The captain is going to ask his crew, what say you? Into the storm? Or we go home empty-handed?
I'm just the cook, but I say we go straight into the storm. And she's carrying a rope. She ties herself to something and kind of leans on the mast a little bit, just like ready to go.
Indra just kind of nods towards Vale and goes, I didn't plan on coming home empty-handed. And I'm not scared of a little rain.
Pull forward into the abyss, I say.
Adelaide checks all her weapons. I'm ready. Let's do this.
You see Morale moves to basically be right in the middle of the ship so that he has all the sails around him, like back in front. And he just sort of points in the direction of the storm as he says, "Go. You will be safe." And you see him move his staff and plant it on his side. And as he raises his hand, you feel wind starting to emerge and spin and spiral through him. And the wind begins to take hold of the environment around you as the sails now seem to have a very clear direction of where it's leading them. He's using his storm guide ability to lightly manipulate the weather.
Beautiful.
Could I also, I don't know if it works this way, but standing next to the captain, could I also utilize my danger sense to help with, I guess, give him the help action of steering?
Yeah, absolutely.
Avoid road waves and all that good stuff.
Yeah, with an agreement from the majority of his crew, and especially the ones that matter, that are leading the rest of the crew. He turns the wheel straight into the storm and begins to plunge the Iron Maiden into this swirling storm.
Bow, bow, bow.
What does your danger sense do, Moromir?
You gain an uncanny sense of when things nearby aren't as they should be, giving you an edge when you dodge away from danger. You have an advantage on dexterity saving throws against effects that you can see, such as traps and spells. To gain this benefit, you can't be blinded, deafened, or incapacitated.
Okay.
And fun fact, we also have rogues that also have evasion that man both sides of the ship, starboard and port. That can also aid in that sense to help avoid any damages that may affect the ship oncoming.
Okay.
I mean, if we wanted to, incorporate.
Yeah, no, I want everybody to do something because as you head into the storm, the winds are such that they begin to almost pull the iron cladding off.
Woo!
This storm is going to rip the ship apart if you don't hold it together. So, Moromir, using your danger sense, go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw. Thad, yes, go ahead.
I will say I would like to use my rally, which means everyone gets anyone within 60 feet of me can get an advantage on their next saving throw or attack roll.
Ooh.
Very nice.
So she's just gonna yell out, "Pay attention! Make sure we get through this fucking storm because Lord knows I am not coming back without a good fucking gold in the pocket. Let's go."
What lord is that?
Marao is using his storm ability to basically try to subdue as much as he can of the wind to keep in the right direction.
Perfect. Go ahead and make me an Arcana check for me, just so I have a number with that.
That'll be a 19.
Okay, what are the rogues doing with evasion? How does that work?
Evasion. When you are subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw, you to only take half. You instead take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw. So basically, as long as we're able to see and able to use a dexterity saving throw, we can try to help provide or minimize damage as much as possible.
Yep.
And you'll get advantage on that.
Yep.
Ooh. 10 and a 7. We're going to take a 10 from me. That's going to be a dexterity of 18.
Is Adelaide doing that as well, using their evasion, or would they like to use something else?
No, evasion's good.
Yeah. What did you got? Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it.
All right, 12.
Roll again to see if you get higher.
17. And
oh, there you go.
And my dex. Do you need my dex?
Dex saving throw, yeah.
That's plus 6.
6. So 23.
Smash.
Damn.
Okay,
Girl,
so
good. Let's go.
Vale, as a cook and a druid, what sort of ability check or spell or ability would you like to use to keep the ship together?
I'm trying to read and understand if I understand, because maybe I don't. Can I cast control water and push as much of the water that is coming in from the ship, from the storm and everything, back out as much as I can with as much force as I've got?
Yeah. So roll a d20 and add your spellcasting modifier to that.
Hit that.
Yeah.
Or should I say
Look at that.
Work. Teamwork.
Okay, you said spell modifier.
Butter.
Hold on.
And you get advantage, Vale.
Oh, I do get advantage. Gibby.
Get them
Don't
rollies.
don't give me that. I had a 13. I don't know what I'm looking for my spell thing. Hold on. You can tell I'm looking this up on my sheet. Hold on.
Plus proficiency.
Modifier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, 17.
17.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
The ship, after about 15 minutes of torrential waves, arcing lightning, and blistering winds, begins to emerge on the other side into the eye of this storm. And sunlight peers down through the circling clouds to illuminate two ships with red sails, wyverns flying in the distance,
What?
with chains
Hey, wyverns.
and arcane sigils tying a sea dragon in its place.
Mama. It's Mama.
And that's where we're going to end our session this evening. I wish we had time
I
to
knew it.
take care of this situation, but it is already 3 hours and 51
Yeah.
minutes.
Go take
So
a-
much personalities here. So many personalities.
Our crew will continue
Yes.
forth with their Iron Maiden 36 cannon broadside and hopefully survive this encounter.
Or
the
not.
Wyvern Riders.
Do what
With
they
the
need to.
Wyvern Riders capturing a sea dragon. Woo, boy! Oh, I'm so excited. That is awesome.
Thanks everybody for coming by, hanging out, rolling dice with us.
So
We
much
appreciate it. And we'll see you on Sunday for Frontiers of Eberron. That's our next one. Until then,
It's
have a
high
great
noon.
weekend.
Bye.
And there's more on To Be Diced.
Oh my.